Okay. Damn, niggas not the bound. Do 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 boom boom. Fuck. All right, let me go pull these up. Yo, what's good, Mike? How you doing, bro? Ugh. Stop it. Steven, nigga, what's up? You vibing right now? Yeah, you feeling good? I bet, man. Since you got that new job, what are you gonna be doing? That's what's up, dog. That is what's up. We have a lot to talk about today. Helping disabled people and people with mental illness. That's dope. Damn, you doing good work out here, man. Seriously, that's mad commendable, bro. Congrats. All right. Let me put all this Zelda shit to the side. All right, I'm gonna wait a few more minutes for some more people to come in here. What's good, everybody? How's everybody doing? Look, that's funny you say that because I was literally gonna say, bro, you out here helping people who are disabled and people with that have mental illness, and I'm out here talking about these dumbass red pillars. All right. Okay. Oh, bro, peep the new sign, by the way. My wife got it for me for as an early birthday gift. Love that thing. All right, fuck it. Let's just go ahead and get into it. Let me start recording. So, we mainly have two videos to focus on. I want you to pick which one we go into first. So, the first video is basically Sneeko and Destiny. They're in a debate with the Red Pill Godfather. What's his name? Rolo Tomasi or something like that. They're in a debate with him, Sneeko and Destiny, which is fucking odd because they always disagree. And then the next video we have is by is the Brittany Venti video, the one where she's just like dog shitting on Pearl. Which one should I watch first? Which one should we go over first? So many people sent me the Britney one and then the ABBA and Preach reaction. Nico and Destiny, someone said it's like Goku and Vegeta joining forces. All right, we're going to get into that one first then. Oh boy. Jesus Christ. I just hope. And this is on the wrong screen. Sorry, you guys don't need to know that I have a VPN. Actually, let me just move this. How about that? Yep, that'll do. See, I look a little low-key washed. Let me no lights for a second. All right, now the people are rolling here. Okay, let's go ahead and start this. That should pop up on there. It's your stream deck. Sorry, guys. Let's go. Did he say douche nozzles? Oh, God. Wait, what? Are you dead ass? You said it's kind of low? Appreciate you. Oh, my bad, my bad, my bad. Hold up. Let me go back because he just said something weird. Appreciate that, bro.
I don't think he's a high value man.
Wait, what is his definition? He owns his own business. It's like one of the most successful alt media platforms in the world. He's married. He's fucking young sweetheart.
Right. You know who else is not a high value guy? Elon Musk. Let's see. Who else?
He said Elon Musk is not a high value man. So if you don't think Elon Musk is high value, then what the fuck is he? What is he? My bad. I just hit the stream deck. I didn't mean to.
Jeff Bezos. Yeah, go back to Twitch. There's some advice for you. That's some real advice.
Your boy's here.
Rollo Tomasi, shout out to Rollo Tomasi in the fucking house.
Bro, why are you in
I'm
the
mad
chat?
he literally just
like, he's always in the chat.
What else? Hey, chill. He's probably doing his hair right now.
Bro,
okay?
he's our homie, man. Destiny just
It's not just your stream. Like I see him in every show I go on. Just dude's like, are you always online?
He'll be here next week.
Are you serious, bro? Valuetainment. Yeah, Pearl show, everything.
Would you debate Rollo?
Of course I would.
He would body you.
Oh.
Okay.
He would body you.
All right.
Just sure.
As long as his wife lets him do it, you know.
Bro.
Destiny just sends his weak OF girls to debate.
Jeff Bezos not high value is crazy. He owns Amazon. Bro, that's what I'm saying. That's wild. You're one of the richest, literally one of the richest men on this planet, and you're going to say he's not high. Get the fuck out of here. He can literally have any woman that he wants. Bruh, no homo. If Jeff Bezos, I mean, I think about... No, I'm joking. I'm joking. All right.
Me because he's too scared to come to Vegas and sit across the table from me. Offer's been open since November.
Damn.
If he wants to debate me on somebody else's podcast, that's fine. But I'm not going to go and like dig this guy
He'll
up
be
like
here next
fucking
week.
Lazarus from the underworld to try to resurrect his career. That's not my
He'll
job.
be here next week.
Okay,
Damn.
We should do a round table.
Okay, round table.
If he wants to, yeah.
And he should debate your ass.
That clip.
Okay, great.
I really believe.
Oh, here we go. Here come the comments. Bro, you need to man
alive.
YouTube
It makes you
Premium.
Let's pull up Rollo's tweet real quick because this has been a point of contention
With
in a
Sneeko.
lot of things. We got it right there. So this was his tweet, right? It goes. And this
Okay,
was from.
so look, I saw this shit, right? This is the tweet. Look at this fucking tweet. Matter of fact, I might change my my view. Yeah, let me change. That's probably a whole lot better. Actually, it is a whole lot better. Okay, much better. Okay, the quickest path to becoming a high value man. Number 1, do not get married. Number 2, avoid family creation. Number 3, a vasectomy in your 20s. We literally talked about this. Number 4, this is where the tweet came from. It came from this dude, Rollo Tomasi. Number 4, lift consistently. Number 5, eliminate all sedations. Number 6, learn game and networking. Number 7, play to your strengths, build wealth. Okay. Number 8, resist easing up on your focus. Okay. I'm not going to lie to you. Some of this is actually decent advice. Like, I mean, learning game and networking, sure, I can see how that would be helpful. Like, lifting, exercise, having some sort of discipline, that's great. Playing to your strengths, I mean, that's pretty broad. That could literally mean any fucking thing. And build wealth, yes, that's literally everybody's goal. And resisting like temptation, what, alcohol, drugs, porn, all that shit, yes, that's fine. I will never agree with the entire red pill. I will never agree with the red pill thought when it comes to like marriage. Like you just, at the end of the day, I feel like men need to also take accountability, because they say so often, well, if you get married, the woman can take half. She's going to take all your money. Bro, who are you? You need to take a look in the mirror, realize, who are you marrying? Who are you marrying? Because not all women are fucking 304s. They're not all Miami chicks. They're not all after your money. Like, not all women are like that. Like, don't get me wrong. I completely understand. It is really important to protect yourself. But, bro, they have this perception that I mean, don't get me wrong. Men do lose a lot in divorces. Like, I get it. But we just need to take a little more accountability when it comes to choosing our partners. That's all I'm saying. But here's the biggest one. Number 3, a vasectomy in your 20s is wild. A vasectomy in your 20s. Why the fuck can't you just wear a condom? Why can't you just wear a condom? Or better yet, just if it's that deep to the point where you're thinking about getting a vasectomy, just don't have sex. Because number 8 and number 3 kind of contradict themselves, because if you're thinking about like resisting on like temptations, maybe you shouldn't just be having sex in general. Be celibate. You know, I don't understand. And also, babies should not be your only concern when it comes to sex. STDs are real out here. None of these niggas talk about STDs. Why is that? God. Michael says never getting married and getting a sperm removal is insane. Also, I don't care what point you watch, keep it to yourself and just keep it pushing. Right? I could give a damn. I could give a damn. That's your business. All right. Anyway, let's continue.
Well, a week ago, about a week ago.
Well, we could go.
So the quickest path to becoming a high value man. Number 1, don't get married. Avoid family creation. Vasectomy in your 20s. Lift consistently. Eliminate all sedations. Learn game and networking. Play to your strengths. Build wealth. Resist easing up on your focus. And it's the quickest path to becoming a high value man. And I know that, you know, Sneeko had some point of contention specifically with number 3, which is get a vasectomy in your 20s.
Yeah, because stupid.
Can I just ask, why did he need 8 points? Did he like get contracted to write all 8 of these? Because like I see some duplication. So like number 2, avoid family creation. Number 3, vasectomy in your 20s.
It's kind of the
Couldn't
same.
that be like collapsed into 1 point? Did he need
Same
8? Did he feel stupid?
That is so funny, because I I understand where Destiny is coming from, but it's fucking irrelevant. You're being petty now at this point.
Like 6 or 7, or
Okay, I mean, you're.
I'm just curious. But
I
like
think
a
he's
reason.
clarifying it out. It's just 8 things. I mean, he could have put them together, I guess.
The
if you wanna
best
be
person to ask
nitpicky,
question to is Rollo directly.
That's true.
So we'll do it next week,
I
probably.
hope so. Yeah.
But this list is concise because, once again, he's just saying in general, fastest way to get to that point.
Yeah.
What is high
It's
value
stupid.
man?
I think he means what he means in
what's
this
up, Cammy?
context
How
is
you
being a guy that's like desirable to women and being attractive to women, so that you'll be I guess a marketable sexual partner.
Well, but that doesn't make sense, right? Like avoid family creation and get a vasectomy
That's what
and
women
like
want.
be attractive to men.
But no. It's
Or be attracted
because
to women, right?
again, like I said it before, I'll say it again because you're here. So he gave the instructions to retard proof it, right? Because when you give advice, typically you have to, appeal to the lowest common denominator. So like, there's guys out there, right, that could have been, I'm being honest here. There's guys out there that, could have played basketball back in the day, maybe football, whatever, and their career got smashed because they got a girl pregnant and they couldn't pursue what they want to do because they had to be a dad early.
True.
So what he's saying is, okay, this is how you mitigate risk so you could become a higher status guy. We're going to eliminate all the things that could fuck you up. Now, I want to make this very clear for some of y'all because some of you guys don't understand. I'm not saying I advocate for vasectomies or whatever. I don't have one. I've never gotten one. But what I am saying is that given the context of what he's tweeting for this.
Hey, time out. Is it me or is Myron hair? Did he do something? It's looking a little darker. Like, I'm not even throwing shade. I'm not even trying to be funny. But am I imagining things?
This specific situation, it makes sense because he's saying, hey, these are the ways so that
He probably should have gotten one. I mean, look, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, Myron procreating is probably not one of my favorite things in the world. But if that man want to have a kid, you can have a kid.
don't fuck yourself up to ensure that you're going to be successful. He's retard proofing it.
But that is
Or how about you just don't have sex? You don't fuck everything in sight. Or just wearing condom. Life is not that hard. Like, it's not even the slowest person can put on a condom. Guys, help me out here. Am I losing something? Like,
pretty
am I missing
retarded
something?
advice because you're saying do this so that you become more attractive to women. So what's even the point of having a relationship with a woman if you can't have kids with her? Then you're just having an empty relationship just to fuck her for your whole life. And then what?
He's saying to become high value, which means you make the choice. Do I want to do that or not? So he's give you the choice
Have
to do that,
some-
but when to become
No,
high
Myron
value.
just said
Thank you. Have some self-control. That's what I'm saying.
that it's to become high value to become attractive to a woman.
Yeah, if that's what you choose.
I
You
feel
don't-
like
you
we're
don't have
2
to.
months away from tweets of like, give your bro like the key to your fucking cock chastity cage to make sure that you guys are fucking around without permission or whatever. Like, I feel like we're
That's an
like, don't you
extreme.
guys tweet all the time about how like, oh, like women are fucking disgusting that are freezing their eggs at.
Did he say give your bro the keys to your cock chastity cage? That's fucking hilarious. Oh.
Like 20, and they're never gonna find out. And now
Yes.
you've got like guys that go to sperm clinics. Like, here you go. I'm never gonna be able to impregnate my wife because there's like a 30% reversal rate on this fucking surgery. But maybe in the future I
We
can
laugh
inject
at
my
girls who
cold
want to freeze
fucking
their eggs
semen.
He probably
all the
is
Yeah,
time.
right.
like it's like the same
But
shit.
notice, right? He has 2
No, it's like
points.
a 90% reversal rate.
Yeah.
actually.
Well,
So
depending on
is
how
that
quick
true?
it is. Wait, for vasectomies?
Yeah, to get it reversed and be able to actually.
After like 10 years, it's like 30 to 50%.
Yeah, but
And
your
I'm
20s is
though.
10 years.
You're supposed to reverse it back within the 10
Well,
years.
wait, hold on, wait.
your
So you're gonna
20s
get
is 10 years.
vasectomy at like, yeah, you're gonna get a vasectomy at 20, become high value by 23, and then get it reversed. Like what?
I mean, I wouldn't say 23. You're being extreme as usual.
Well, he said your 20s. That's 10 years.
Yeah, but you could do it but when you're 28, 29. At that
20, that's fucking 10 years. That's fucking 10 years. Okay. Jesus Christ, bro. I just think when you tell young men that they should get a vasectomy, like you are sending out a dangerous message here because let's be honest here. Our minds are not made the fuck up in our 20s. We can change our minds so quick if we meet the right person. You don't fucking know. Jesus. And also, they make it sound like becoming, quote, a high value man was so easy. If that was the case, there'd be more of these fuckers out here. I'd be one. By, high value standards or whatever. Basically, the monetary aspect of it.
So 9 years? What is it? 45% chance of reversal? Bro, you're not gonna have kids
It's just
anymore.
you're sterilizing half your audience.
Yes,
That's
literally.
Hold on. Notice he
Yeah.
had 2 points there. He said, 1, avoid what? Family creation. And 3, vasectomy in 20s. You can choose what you want to do. Apply what you need to apply. He's just saying you could do either or.
Okay.
No, he's
I'm
not.
just saying, I'm worried that Rolo's kids aren't going to have any customers to sell books to, okay? That's what
Here's
I'm
the
worried
thing.
about.
You guys are confusing.
Yo, for some reason, when it comes to these red pillars, they cannot admit when besides Sneeko, apparently, they cannot admit when another person is saying something stupid. Like, this is actually fucking stupid. Like, Fresh just said, oh, well, you can imply that he's also talking about condoms when he says, basically not to make a family. He did not fucking say that. He said, get a vasectomy, okay? Otherwise, he would have said, wear condoms or get a vasectomy. Then I'd have been like, okay. Like, he's obviously being a little extreme, but at least he's talking about like legit contraception.
But he's giving those things are to mitigate fuck ups.
Yeah.
So that you get on your path to becoming higher status. That's to mitigate fuck ups. It's not about this is so you can fucking have a bunch of kids and have a family. That's not the advice. The advice is this is how you mitigate fuck ups in your 20s so that you can become attractive. Now, again, like I said before, am I telling guys go out there and get a vasectomy? No. But he's giving these points because if you follow those things, it's going to be very difficult for you to fuck your life up.
Here's a question on that list.
Yeah,
he's got 2 things, okay, about your dick, okay, about avoid family creation, get a vasectomy. Is there anything on that list about like just avoid
Cammy,
women?
this shit is all cap.
Avoid temptation.
Hold on.
It
We know
really
as
is.
men, we want women no matter what. But whether we want to abstain or be monk mode, it doesn't matter. However, question for you guys on the panel. If you had a kid, be honest here, would you be where you're at right now?
Destiny had a kid at his early 20s.
yeah.
No. Well, oh, you did?
Yeah, he had a
He's
kid in his early 20s.
Okay.
He's very successful.
But I mean, no, it was a lot of difficulty, of course, yeah.
But be honest though, your kid is amazing, I bet. But at the same time, it did hold you back a little bit.
No,
on
yeah, of
certain
course,
things.
yeah.
Nico, for you, would you be in the same spot? Honestly,
If I had a kid, at what age are you talking about?
earlier, like 20.
I mean,
No, you wouldn't be. That's the point here.
yeah, who knows where I would have been? My life would have been a completely different life.
The point is you might not even be here. I'm just trying to say he's saying mitigate risk and say, you know what? Avoid
Well, I
kids.
might not be on the Fresh and Fit podcast right now, but I would have been successful in different realms, and maybe I would have taken a different path.
How do you
Also,
know?
why not just like use protection?
Yeah, see, this is okay.
That's a good point.
Shit,
And he
my
said
bad.
avoid what? Family creation, which means use a condom too.
No, it doesn't.
This is the story
Oh
of the
my God.
award-winning, chef-approved, sold-out 30 times, always Pam. We
It doesn't. It says get a vasectomy. That was the
No,
advice.
that's
Stop trying
number
to.
three.
You're coping,
That's
bro.
number 3. Number 2 says avoid what? Creation.
So is it like this
It
is
could
like the list of 8 things to be successful? Pick 5.
That's the list.
Listen.
It's like a build your own lunchbox from
It's-
Taco Bell. Like what? I thought you follow all the points of the
Context
list.
of fastest way to be high value, which means, for example, mitigate risk. That's all he's saying here.
Hold on. Okay, but here's the part that I completely disagree with.
I mean,
And
in
I'm
the
not
context under what he's talking, I
you're
think.
taking it-
but
yeah,
this
y'all
is-
taking
this is-
it a whole other level.
I'm not.
We're taking it literally.
This
as
is
it's
the
written, right?
which you should take it literally if this is the godfather of the red pill, right? You guys all give this guy so much credit. I don't really know
He's
much
written
about
like
it.
5 books
The
supposedly, right?
hypocritical part about it is that we make fun of girls all the time for not controlling their sexual urges and being hoes all the time. Like, she belongs to the streets, all this stuff. You tell guys that they're losers if they don't go to the gym. They're losers if they play video games. You're a loser if you smoke weed. You're a loser if you watch sports. You need to exercise discipline. But when it comes to girls, oh shit, get a vasectomy because you can't control yourself.
God
because you're
damn.
not capable
Hey.
of exercising discipline.
Hey, Sneeko is speaking facts. Yes, huge contradictions. You cannot laugh at women for exactly everything that Sneeko just said, and then when it comes to like other men, you have to say, oh well, you need to do this because it just helps like for you to just become a high value man faster. Like, just like Sneeko said, just have some fucking self-control. That's it. Somebody in the chat said it too. Who was it? Cammy? Like, just have some fucking self-control. It's not that, look, I'm not gonna say it's gonna be easy, but it's doable. Have some fucking self-control. If you are at the point where you're thinking that you need to get a vasectomy, again, you need to look very hard in the mirror and figure out what the fuck is going on in your life. Damn.
Why you have to be disciplined in every single aspect of life, networking, success, all this stuff, watching sports, playing video games. You need to be on your stuff. But for women, nut inside girls after getting a transgender surgery. That's the one thing you can't be
Okay.
disciplined in.
Nico,
Okay.
can you stop fucking
Okay. All right. He
girls?
Yeah.
he went a little off the
Oh,
rails
really?
there.
Yeah.
Stop the cap.
Hold it to it right now. Don't fuck until you get married.
Well, no. Better advice.
You
Better
just
advice.
said you can hold it. So don't fuck until you get married.
Better advice is
Okay. You can have sex, but you can also show a little bit of restraint. You don't have to fucking go raw in every girl that you meet. Why is that the only option? You don't have to do that. You can obviously wear condoms.
I swear to God.
What,
Right now.
you're saying no.
Are you cool with that? Handshake.
Well, no, wait.
This is such a
Here's
stupid
the real
You
question.
need-
Here's the
you
real
need
question.
to
Hold on.
fuck.
Has Sneeko f***ed a girl before?
Yes.
Has he had a vasectomy?
No.
Does he have any kids?
No.
He's
Then
not.
boom, there you go. He's
I
able
know
to
how
do
to
it. He's able
exercise
to do
this
it.
Plan
Exactly.
B. So he would have had a kid, which means he's gonna f- at some point.
Hey,
We're
listen,
human.
and they still
We're
sell
men.
Plan B.
No. But the point is,
That is the point. He's able to fuck girls, not have a vasectomy, and still not have kids. It's
what,
possible.
what
Literally
did number
the
2
point.
say? avoid family creation. It could be condom or Plan B, but he's just saying to be extra
another
careful.
form of
He didn't
contraception.
fucking say
That's
that.
what it is, basically.
But he didn't say that, and that's not a good form of contraception because it's not supposed to be reversed. That's what the doctor tells you when you get a vasectomy surgery. It's like you cannot expect this to be reversed. That's that you shouldn't go into that thinking that you're going to reverse it. And also, a better advice instead of saying never fuck again, maybe for the women that I do have sex with, prepare that she could be the mother of your children. Maybe don't spend time with hoes all the time thinking I need 50 girls so I understand feminists and how retarded they are. Maybe just don't fuck them. Maybe fuck women that you can see yourself having a family with.
Hey, yo. What the? Who the fuck is this? Is this Sneeko talking like this? This is Sneeko? How about you don't smash a chick? And that is advice that our parents have given us throughout the years. Do not lay down with anybody that you do not want to be the mother or father of your children, because there is a risk that they can have your child. And if you do not want to deal with that person for 18 years of your life, or matter of fact, not even just 18 years, you're going to have to deal with them for the rest of your life. You're going to see them at some point because that is the mother or father of your child. If you don't want this person in your life for the rest of your life, how about you just don't sleep with them? It's fucking simple. They making this shit so hard.
When you first hold on, that's a very good
You
point.
won't be able to detect that though unless you have experience.
You need experience.
You need experience, bro.
How
How
would
do
you
you
know?
wait? No. How do you need experience? What does that mean?
How would you know what's good for you if you never?
Abstinence isn't viable, but being responsible would always take priority. I mean, for some, sure. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I know it's probably a small percentage of people who are like actually abstinent, but I'm not gonna say it can't be done. For sure, it can. That people have done it. It's the people that have done it are probably a little more religious than others. But yeah, I mean, it can be done. But I mean, honestly, I would tend to agree with you.
Got it.
The red pill advice is you need 50 bodies to understand women.
I want to open this one up.
Let's go.
Do you think you need to fuck a girl to tell if she's like family material?
Wait.
We're saying
What the fuck did I just miss?
Let's go.
Do you think you need to fuck?
You need experience.
You need
Spend time with hoes all the time thinking I need 50 girls so I understand feminists and how retarded they are. Maybe just don't fuck them. Maybe fuck women that you can see yourself having a family with.
When you first hold on, that's a very good
You won't
point.
be able to detect that though unless you have
Exactly.
experience.
You need experience.
You need experience, bro.
It's not that fucking hard to tell if you are dealing with a hoe. It is very simple. Matter of fact, sometimes all you have to do is just scroll on their fucking Instagram. Literally, that's all you have to do. It's not that hard. If you do not know how to detect a hoe, a thought, or 304, whatever, you just have a lack of awareness. It's not that hard. It really isn't that hard. And you don't need to fuck a lot of women in order to determine, well, you need experience. No, the fuck you don't. It's common sense. It's really common sense. If you don't have that common sense, I do not know how you have been surviving in this world, stupid.
Oh, how do you need experience? What is that?
I'm saying that abstinence has a very low success rate, so preparation must be being abstinent is pressure in itself. Yeah, I mean, I agree.
That mean?
How would you know what's good for you if you never had it?
The red pill advice is you need 50 bodies to understand women.
I want to open this one up.
Let's go.
Do you think you need to fuck a girl to tell if she's like family material?
No. We're saying experience-wise.
What does experience mean?
No. Dating, courting, having that one-on-one experience. Okay, she likes this. She doesn't like this. This is weird. This doesn't work. I can tell from.
Keep in mind, this is the man. This is the man that was essentially dating a fucking sugar baby and who claimed on their live podcast that she was different than every other 304 when she was on Seeking Arrangement. She was taking money from strange dudes and he met her on a fucking yacht. This is the same nigga that got denied a kiss live on his YouTube channel. This is the same dude. This is the same guy. And y'all really gonna take advice from Fresh? Okay. I ain't forget.
Wait,
Now,
what does any of that have to do with fucking?
No, hold on, I'm getting there.
Okay.
Now, adding in sex, you can understand. Okay, once this
I know y'all remember
this
that.
point has passed, I can see who she really is. 'Cause remember, people put on our front at the very beginning, but when you have sex with somebody, are more often likely to show you who they really are.
That is absolutely not true.
Absolutely
How many
not true.
stories do you hear of husbands who are like, my wife used to blow me every single day, and then as soon as we got married, all the sex stopped. Or we have dead bedrooms now. We were super active our first year. But that is absolutely not true. Sex can absolutely change after you've gotten married, and you can tell, regardless of experience.
I can tell you from firsthand experience. I am married. Destiny is speaking facts, and I'm not even saying that in a bad way. But it's not. Sometimes it's not even a fact of you being married. You guys get older. Like, everybody gets older. A lot of people don't even have the same sex drive that they had at the age of 21. Shit, I don't. I'm not gonna lie to you. I just don't.
You can tell who's a 304 or who's like family material without fucking them first. For you
Yeah.
guys, you can probably tell just by looking at their Instagrams. Isn't that what you guys are like professionals at?
What did I
Like,
just
taking
say?
out hoes based on their Instagram pictures?
Literally
You're telling
what
me
I
you have
just
to
said.
fuck through like 30 women to find a good, like, how many conservative men, like if we brought in like real conservative men who have strong families, how many of them are like, yeah, I had to fuck 25 bitches when I was in college to find the love of my life right now that can take care of my kids. That's a wild statement. If you want to, that's fine. But don't pretend you're doing it for this fucking altruistic purpose of finding a good mom.
But that's, can you admit that when you meet somebody for the first time, right? You're trying to see who they really are, the person, and ultimately you're gonna have sex, right?
I mean,
You don't have to.
But I mean, having sex is like the least important part of seeing what kind of a person they are.
Actually, if you're compatible or not is very important.
If you're compatible, but in terms of like, would this be a good mom? Is it like, what if she throws?
Yes. What the fuck? I see where Destiny's mind is going, and he's just trying to like find the correlation, because what the fuck does a woman like giving good head have to do with them being a nurturing mom? Like, I'm trying to figure out the correlation here.
Throws it back doggy, she'd probably take the kids like out to the park every day. Like, what does that even mean? Like, what? Like, she doesn't swallow. I don't think she'd feed my kid if I didn't make it home in time. Like, what does that mean?
Okay.
Like, so
See?
she shows up to blow me every night, so I know she'll be on time picking my kid up from school. Like, what is the correlation here?
The whole
See?
package
I
itself,
told
right,
you, I
is gonna
don't
include
know the
sex. I'm
correlation.
just saying the dating process itself, going through the whole motions, you can see who the person really is. That's all I'm saying here.
He said he wants to call in and tell us what he actually meant.
I'm still a virgin. I've had chances to lose my virginity early, but I prefer just to wait for the right time and right person. Cammy, good on you. Good on you. That takes a crazy amount of restraint and resolve. So honestly, I commend you. Like, dead ass.
Guess. Here's a novel idea. How about you tell me? Let me call it to tell you what I actually meant.
You know what? Let's do
Same
it,
to
bro.
you, Mike.
Let's go
Jesus.
ahead and bring Rolo Tomasi on. Shout out to Rolo. Shout out to you.
Can you hear me okay?
What up, man?
Yeah, we got you.
Okay. So let me explain a few things here. I wasn't able to do this the last time you guys were talking about this, but
I've seen this guy before, right? I've seen Rolo before. It just always perplexes me. Always perplexes me how this is the red pill godfather. This old fuck with a ponytail, aka Tim Pool's dad, because he always wears beanies. And by the way, he's married himself. But are you guys confused? He's old as shit. He probably drinks and sure.
so about gosh, is it now 2 weeks ago? I think it was Tuesday of last week. You guys had Brandon Carter on. Is that with Derek Moneyberg? Or was that
Yes.
Monday?
Monday.
That was Monday. Sorry, let me get my camera back up there. So Monday, you guys were talking to Brandon Carter. One of the things that Brandon was talking about was you got to love money. You got to be on top of your game. And I love Brandon Carter, by the way. I think he should be a stand-up comedian. I mean, the guy is that funny. He's a great guy, right? But when you guys are on that show and you're talking to him, and he's talking about how he doesn't go to he doesn't go to Publix, doesn't go grocery shopping for himself. He doesn't go do his own laundry. He doesn't have a car. I mean, it's Brickle White, but he doesn't have like some basic stuff, because his philosophy in life is that anything that takes him away from his grind, anything that takes him away from anything that would distract him or that would be financially or mathematically not a pragmatic choice for him to make, as far as like if he's spending time going grocery shopping or going and getting food for himself or whatever else. I'm sure he's getting a meal prep and everything else, but pretty much everything in his life is outsourced, because anything that he would be spending that time himself to go do, he could be losing money doing that at that time. So when I was listening to this, and
He said everything in that guy's life is outsourced. I could argue that finding people to finding people, finding companies to outsource these simple ass things like grocery shopping. That would literally take the same amount of work as washing clothes. Am I tripping? Would that not take the same amount of work to find different people to do like all these different aspects of my life, to complete all these different aspects of my life? I feel like that would take just as much work.
And I was thinking
And
about
you're
this
wasting
myself
money at
because I
that
was
point,
actually
because you
at
have
the
to pay
same
these
time, I'm
people.
like, helping a friend move and all this. And I'm thinking about this. I'm going, you know what? If you want to be a high value man, if you want to get to that apex level as fast as you can, that's it. How is that not the best way to go about it? Okay. So the point of that whole tweet, which was basically a throwaway tweet that everyone started like snowballing into something else. I've got Ben Shapiro coming at me. I got Matt Walsh coming at me. I got Lauren Chen coming at me. I got all these people off of Daily Wire because it was just easy, low hanging fruit for these guys because they think that that's what the fucking manosphere is all about. And it's not. Okay. That was not.
He tweeted it though. So if you tweet a list that says these are the 8 steps in order for you to become a high value man, and you represent the manosphere, I'm going to... What the fuck are you saying right now? Am I tripping? Like, yes, obviously any sane, normal person that has any rational, logical thinking is going to assume that the red pill godfather, Jesus Christ, you're gonna assume that the fucking red pill godfather is one of the main people or the biggest person that represents the manosphere. So yes, of course I'm gonna think that's what the manosphere is about. When you specifically say, here are the 8 steps in order for you to become a high value man. Yes, that's exactly what it's about. What are you talking about?
Fucking advice. Everything that is on Twitter is not advice. Okay.
Was that a joke?
Then why
No,
the
it was not
fuck
necessarily a
did you
joke,
tweet
but
it,
it's like,
stupid?
let's just say it's a hypothetical. Okay. It's
What?
showing you. Now,
That's
listen,
not what a hypothetical is.
for just 5 seconds. Okay. This is no joke here because everything that's come out of both of you guys' mouth has been nothing but distraction and misdirection because it's easy and clicks for you. So here's the whole thing.
Oh, this
when I'm talking
fucker
about
is
get a
stupid.
vasectomy,
Wow.
or don't be concerned with.
I like how when he's mad, his glasses get uneven on his nose. You see?
Here, let him finish.
Okay.
I'm really mad about this, bro.
Shall we keep going? Are we just gonna have jokes thrown in here?
Really heated about this.
Is that what I get to? Is that what I get to do it? Okay. So here's the deal.
Go ahead.
When I'm talking about this, when I'm throwing this out there, why wouldn't you do that? Would you not have been more successful, Sneeko, had you not had to go through certain things? If you had a kid right
So
now,
is it advice or not?
you would be playing the game with a handicap. You would be playing the game with your fucking hands tied behind your back.
Okay, so
There are guys right now who I have a lot of respect for, and I'm sure you have a lot of respect for as well.
Like, I don't understand.
Who all have kids, but you know what they try to do? They try to keep it under wraps.
Okay,
Try
so
to make
you
sure
are giving
nobody
advice.
knows about the fucking kids. Okay.
So it is advice.
So here's okay. First off, this is not advice. Everything that is on my show or is on Twitter is not automatically advice. Now, but here's the thing. You know what you're gonna say because here's the deal. When I was on whatever podcast I was telling this, I was saying exactly the same thing here. Is that everything that comes out of somebody's mouth on Instagram or on Twitter or on a YouTube, there's no way you can't go on there without somebody going, this is what these guys are saying to do. Because if you have this set automatically, that if it comes out of your mouth, it's automatically advice. It can't just be data. It can't just be statistics. It can't be nothing.
If you say these are the 8 steps in order for you to become a high value man, how is that not advice? You have to do these things in order to become a high value man. If I want to become a high value man, I am going to try my best to follow these steps because the quote red pill godfather tweeted them. How the fuck is this not advice for men who would like to become high value men? I feel like he's just speaking a lot, but not actually saying shit. Like, it's really fucking with me. Many rich and what's up, JP? Many rich and successful people had kids before they got there. So what is he talking about? Good point. My cousin raised all 22 of her kids. 22? God damn. 22 of her kids with the father until they passed and never relied on the government. God damn, man. That is wild. 22 kids? That's That's amazing. I've never heard of anybody. Well, I mean, obviously, like, I don't know, fucking social media, but no one has ever told me like, hey, my family, like a family member of mine has 20 something children. That is wild. I mean, damn, when you got Nick Cannon beat, that's crazy. But no, anyway, that's a very good point. Like there have been many people who have gotten successful like after they had children. Like it's not impossible. Children, he's looking at as having children as like this huge handicap. Now, I'm not going to say it's not going to create some hardships, but at the end of the day, if you fucking want it, you want it. Like you're going to do what you need to do in order to get to where you want to go to. I mean, you'll just obviously have to make some concessions here and there. You're just going to have to bend your schedule around to basically cater to the child. But at the end of the day, you'll make it work. And those people that are successful, that had kids before their success, they fucking made it work.
Can be just delivered sort of like here's some data for you to look at. Okay, nothing can be set, nothing can be given to you without somebody going, well, the reason why you're telling me this is because you're telling me that this is the best way to live my life. Okay, so when I'm watching Brendan Carter and I'm watching all this going on and I'm looking at like guys that I know and guys that you know as well, and when these are the guys who are like saying, you know, be on your game, do this, do that. They're the ones that are giving this advice. All I'm doing is saying, hey, look, maybe you should not focus on family. Maybe you should not get married. I mean, I don't know why that's big.
It's maybe advice.
I'm not saying it's advice. What I'm saying is that is this so over the fucking top that everybody wants to take it out of context, which is exactly what you guys have been doing.
So what is it? Can you tell me what that tweet was if it wasn't advice?
It's not advice.
I also don't understand how people can take something out of context. If that's not what you meant, you need to have some sort of disclaimer in the actual tweet. Because also, if that's not what you meant, then why the hell did you tweet it or type it out in the first place? I have so many questions. What are you saying right now?
It's saying that this is the most extreme way to do things. Okay, here's the quickest path to. If I told you this, look, if I said the quickest way for you to make $1 million,
that sounds like advice.
Is to go steal it from the bank or go to steal it. Does that mean I'm telling you to go steal it? If I tell you to go fucking jump off a cliff, are you going to go jump off a cliff?
Right,
I'm also, by the way,
okay, that's. Yo, this man is giving me he's really giving me a headache because that is totally fucking different. If you have a group of people, a group of men who want to fucking become successful, who want to become this high value men that you are, that you're speaking about right now, and once again, the fucking red pill godfather makes a tweet and says, this is how you get it done if you want to be high value. If I want to be high value, I'm going to follow what the fuck he says because he's the red pill godfather. Like, this is not fucking rocket science. You know what this is? He realized the tweet is stupid. He realized what he said was dumb as fuck, and he's basically trying to like back himself on out of it. Like he's trying to moonwalk on what the fuck he tweeted out. If that's the case, he should have just deleted it because he could have easily deflected. Be like, well, why'd you delete the tweet? I was just getting too much attention. People were taking it too seriously. Blah blah blah. Or even I realized that it was stupid because it is stupid, which is why he's literally backing himself into a wall right now because he knows what he said was stupid. Oh, Jesus Christ. His message doesn't sound cryptic to me, so how can anyone take what he said out of context? That's what I'm saying. He's trying really hard to rationalize this when he's already drowned. Bro, he is gone. He's at the bottom.
Here's the other thing is I'm also responding to Dr. Richard Reeves in this as well.
Okay, there's a lot of context about it, sure. But all the rest of the list, you're equating vasectomy to lifting, game, play to your strength, resisting up on easing your focus. The rest of it sounds like general advice.
Okay, well let's say so. So let me ask you. So is it the vasectomy part that's throwing you off?
Really genuine good advice, right? The rest of it.
Is it the vasectomy part?
It's one of the biggest things.
Yeah, do you agree with pretty much everything else except for the vasectomy part?
I mean, that is probably that's number 3 is probably the biggest one, but also. Avoid family creation. 3, 2. I mean, I could debate 1, but number 3 is a point of contention for fucking sure.
First first three is weird because then I don't even know what the red pill idea of a high value man is. Is it just being rich? Like, what's the point of having all this money and not having a family? Why be that rich? The guy who's always grinding. Whoa, Brandon Carter doesn't have to do his laundry. Sick. What else are you going to do with your life?
Right. Maybe this is actually meant so that
Hey, I know before I said that Sneeko isn't funny, and I genuinely, when Sneeko is trying to be funny, he's not funny. But like, that shit was funny. Brandon Carter doesn't do his own laundry. Sick. Like, what the fuck does that do for me? That is so funny.
you'll get it. You'll have a freaking epiphany about how all the shit that you have to sacrifice to get to that in the first place. What are you willing to sacrifice? Are you willing to live the kind of life, let's say, like a Brandon Carter is, where you're going to outsource your entire life, or are you going to actually have
like more work.
kids? Is that something that's a priority for you? Because I will tell you right now that if you follow this kind, if you were to actually follow this list right here, that is the fastest way for you to get to a point where you are more high value, right? But here's the thing. So when I say that, people go, well, that's not what a high value man is. A high value man is what I define it as, which is he's got
wait a minute. Since when? That was never the case. That was never the fucking case. I always heard that a high value man has status. He has a large amount of, like, he has a huge, like, monetary value. Like, he has a lot of money. What the fuck? He lifts. He goes to the gym. He's an alpha male. He's in shape. Like, I never heard any red pillars say you define what a high value man is. Since the fuck when? Since when? They literally are all over the place with their ideologies. It makes no sense. Since when did they ever said that? That has never been a thing.
He's got to have a good, loving, devoted wife. He's got to have 3 or 4 kids or 10 kids, depending on whatever culture you're talking about. All of this stuff that makes up
Chad,
whatever that person who happens to have that is, then that's suddenly the definition of what a high value man is. So what I'm saying this is the best way to become a high value man. I'm not saying this is the only way to become a high value man.
Okay, by that logic, what the fuck do you think is a high value man then? Like, what is a high value man to you? Because that doesn't make any sense. So if you're saying, yeah, a high value, like, you need to define what you think a high value man is. So what is your definition? I hope they ask him.
Saying that this is the fastest way to go and do something like that.
You've been talking a lot for 5 minutes. What is your definition of a high value man?
It doesn't matter. That's not what I was talking about in this.
It doesn't matter.
I have what you're talking about. That's what the first part of the tweet is: how to become a high value man.
The fastest way to become a high value man is to recognize the fact that you've got sacrifices to make. Okay.
So like what is that? Telling like stories from Vietnam. Like, just say, what is a high value man? It's the first part of the tweet. What does that mean?
What is
you tell me what a high value man is? Because here's the thing: is it doesn't matter what I'm going to say is a high value man.
You're the fucking red pill godfather.
Your tweet.
It doesn't matter what I say is a high value man, because everybody takes this. The point of the tweet is that everybody is going to take this and then insert their own definition of what a high value man is.
What if a high value man is 12 kids when you're 16? Then your tweet doesn't work, does it? What if your definition of a high value man is being getting into a trade and having 5 kids by the time you're 22? Then it also high value man is being an esports person.
Yo, Marvel, seriously, how the fuck is it suddenly open for interpretation? Like, no, that doesn't make any sense. What is going on right now? JP says, if human beings are the most prized creation, then shouldn't a man's real value be in his nut? I mean, that's where the sperm is. A vital part of reproduction is made. I mean, you're not wrong. What the fuck is going on here, bro?
You're absolutely making my point for me right here. Okay, this is what I'm saying.
My point is that high value man. You gave a list of 8 things. Do these 8 things to become a high value man. Do 1 through 8 to become A, and you're not defining what A is.
The fastest way to becoming a high value man is these things.
What is that?
Okay? So here's the thing. So if we're talking about family creation, we already talked. Okay, so you want to go? Okay, let's go one by one. You want to go one by one? Okay,
no, I want to go before one by one. What is a high value man?
We can't have an argument if I don't even know what your definition
is. The very fact that you're even asking this in the first place is the actual point of the fucking tweet. Okay, so if you're going,
what are you fucking talking about? I am cringing so I'm getting so frustrated Because that obviously you have a perception of what a high value man is, because you said a man needs to, like, if you want to become a high value man, you need to like not have children, not to be married, and you need to have wealth. So that means you have some sort of idea of what a high value man is. So why the fuck can't you just say it? Just say it. Just say it.
To be a high value man with the fucking hands tied behind your back, then what is that? What does that mean to you? That's the point. This whole discussion is the point of the fucking tweet. You guys,
the point of the tweet was, you've got some conception of a high value man. Here are 8 points that you think you need to do to get to it. And now you're getting blown the fuck up on the vasectomy thing, which you probably realize is fucking retarded. But you're too old and stubborn to walk back from it. That's the point of this conversation.
I'm not too stubborn to walk back from it because the point.
Literally said the same shit. Literally said this. He realized it was dumb, and now he's fucking backed himself into a corner. He's fucking drowning right now, and he doesn't want to admit it because he's fucking stubborn. That's literally what I said.
Point of it was to get douche nozzles like yourself to have this conversation in the first place.
How old are you, bro? Douche nozzles?
Yes, you guys are idiots.
Also, notice how
Myron
come in here fresh. Notice how they thought that shit was so hilarious because they're immature as fuck. Like, it wasn't even funny. Like, I've never even heard of a douche nozzle. I've never heard of anybody being called a douche nozzle. Let me put it that way. Because, oh boy.
Twitch strat, like how you guys are legitimate in all of this, I don't know, because everything I've heard come out of you guys' mouth is just confident ignorance. That's all I can from this.
No, Myron. Okay, I'm not asking you like in terms of the debate. You call yourself the godfather of the red pill.
I call myself the godfather of the manosphere, okay? Other people have called me that.
Okay, great. That's very...
Do you understand?
Okay, so as
godfather or grandfather of the man, which one is
whatever it is,
as soon as somebody starts throwing insults, Cammy, you are exactly right. You are exactly right. He lost.
What is your definition of high value man? This is the #1 talked about topic on all of these shows. So I want to get a clear definition from you.
Jesus
what is
Christ.
it?
You tell, again, it depends on the person. It depends on the culture. It depends on the. So here's the thing. Let me tell you. Maybe I can explain this to you, Sneeko, because
about topic on all of these shows. So I want to get a clear definition from you. What is it?
You tell, again, it depends on the person. It depends on the culture. It depends on the. So here's the thing. Let me tell you. Maybe I can explain this to you, Sneeko, because at least you got your ears open here. The thing is that when we're talking about what's the top G, what's a high value guy, you probably haven't heard this because you don't read my stuff and you don't watch my shit. No. But I've also said this is like the red pill has to be for everybody, or it's for nobody. So if we're looking at a guy who's draped across a Lamborghini and he's got hot chicks with him, and we say that's what I'm aspiring to, but I'll never make that because I live in a fishing village on the coast of Chile, right? That means I can never match that high apex of a high value guy.
The guy in the car?
But the guy who happens to live in those villages or happens to be in a different culture or in a different country or whatever else, he can still benefit from that because however he's defining himself as a high value man in his fishing village, maybe that's what he can aspire to.
It has nothing to do with Chile and the village in the car.
See, here's the thing: is you guys want me to say, okay, a high value man makes $100,000 a year. He's fucked 50.
No, we just want to know your personal perception of a high value man. What is it in your opinion? I just want to know, what is it in your opinion? What is it? I don't want you to say anything. I want your actual opinion. Answer the fucking question.
He's like, that's the thing.
That's not what I want you to say. I disagree with that. I'm asking you because I come on this all the time.
Disagree with it. What I'm saying is the point of the tweet is so you will ask that question.
I'm past the tweet. I'm past that. Look, I'm asking as somebody who's really interested in the red pill. I listen to a lot of this content. I want to know what your definition is, because if you have a definition that's completely off of what I think it is, then I guess I'm not red pill.
Well, here's what I think guys ought to do. Would you like me to give you some prescriptions? Is that what we're trying for?
I want to know your opinion of a high value man.
Is Sneeko speaking pig Latin right now? Like, are they speaking a different language? What is so hard to understand?
What is
I
it?
think a high value man is whatever is contextually makes that guy a high value guy in whatever culture that he happens to be in. If that's money, that's money. Right now, that's what we tend to focus on right now. But if I'm going to say that,
Value man is a guy that has the things that makes him a high value man.
All
That's
right,
big.
let me-
the things that make you a high value man, okay, what is that? You know, we've been trying to.
Six.
We're
Okay.
never going to define it.
We just kind of because here's the thing. When I read the tweet, I interpreted it right with a higher step. Like he's listing things that if you follow these things right and you actually follow them, you're probably not going to become a right. And to be a high value guy, I would say it's a combination of things. It's obviously having your money on point, having social proof and status, having respect from your peers, having a network of other high value men, right? Which I agree with Kevin Samuels on that. Being fit to a degree. If you have all these things in place, you'll be considered a high value man by most people.
Okay, see, I can accept that. That is Myron's definition of a high value man. That's fine. Also, Myron, don't fucking save him because he's drowning. Do not fucking save him. Let his ass drown. He was dumb enough to want to come and talk to these two about this when he knew the tweet was fucking stupid in the first place. Do not save his ass right now. No, I can understand. I can accept your definition, Myron. No, I want to hear what the fuck he thinks. What is his personal definition?
People in most societies, right? If you have these things in place. Now, with that said, to get there, right, you obviously have to focus and get your shit together and make sure that you focus on getting there. What he's saying is all these, the list of things that he mentioned, if you follow them, it's going to mitigate your risk of becoming a fuck up and not getting to that point as quickly as possible. And I think that's so important is that this tweet kind of gets taken out of context. He's saying the quickest way to become a high value man, avoid and do these things because you're limiting distractions. And he's using Brandon Carter as an example where he's in a monogamous relationship with a girl. He outsourced a lot of his things. Why? So he's able to focus on making more money. He's getting rid of obstacles. And I think that tweet demonstrates that.
Yes.
You're getting rid of obstacles so you can become a high value man in the quickest possible way. Now, I know the most controversial
But
one.
he didn't fucking
is
say any of that. He didn't say any of that. Jesus Christ.
Vasectomy. Though there's other ways to get the same, I guess, effect from vasectomy. Let's say you use a condom. Let's say you pull out, whatever it may be. He's saying, okay, if you get the vasectomy, then we know for a fact you're not going to have children.
Yeah.
It's really no different than having a condom or pulling out or whatever it may be. The point is to not get a girl pregnant. How do you
What the fuck do they keep? Yo, Myron and Fresh are constantly calling like people retarded. And I personally don't even like using that word, but they are constantly throwing around and constantly throwing people fucking retarded when they constantly say, "Oh, well, you can either use condoms or pull out." Yo, the pull out method doesn't fucking work, stupid. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. As soon as you put it in, there is a risk that the woman can get pregnant. What are you saying right now? Stop going raw. The pull out method doesn't always work. Fuck.
get there is up to you, whether it's through a vasectomy, using condoms, whatever. But he's making it retard proof. Hey, vasectomy, because I know even if you
You're
are the
fucking
dumbest guy
retard.
ever, you can't fuck this up.
I don't think a retarded
it's
guy could be a
extreme.
high value guy.
No, when I say retarded, I mean as in stupid. But what I'm saying is that the point I'm trying to make is this list is the foolproof way, if everything is followed, for you to get your status up as quickly as possible in your 20s.
That's not what the list is, though. Because what you just said was advice, and he said it's clearly not advice. So
Yes.
you're interpreting it a
He
different
said
way.
he's joking and he's
yeah,
trying
he was
to
just
provoke
joking.
people.
Like half of it was just for jokes.
But I'm telling you, I started out telling you guys how I interpreted that.
Yeah.
Sure.
Right?
I can fucking accept
wrong.
it.
Right here.
But
You're not wrong.
so that people can interpret it how they want, which
Exactly.
will create discussion. That's
And
the point.
you know what's funny?
That's what I'm
No,
saying.
he didn't fucking say that it was open for interpretation. He specifically said these are the 8 steps if you want to become a high value man. That's not open for interpretation. That is black and white. That is so simple. Like all you have to do is fucking read it. Chat. What? Again, am I missing something? How is that open to interpretation? Like I'm
You
dead
asked a
ass.
question
I'm
earlier.
dead
So
ass
you asked
getting
him a question, what is high
frustrated.
value? You answered it. It's whatever you determine that to be.
No,
like I
that's
said-
bullshit. None of you guys believe that.
Thank
Some
you.
guy comes on this show,
Hold
he
on.
weighs 350 pounds, and he says, I'm Diamond 1 in League of Legends. That's what I want to do with my life. Would you go, well, if that's what you really want, you're high value. You wouldn't say that.
No, but once again, it starts in the mind. You're going to say, for example,
Get the fuck out of here. Are you fucking kidding me? It starts in the mind. Since the fuck when? There are so many people. There are so many. No, matter of fact, there are so many women that come on that goddamn podcast and say, I'm a 10 because of X, Y, and Z, and you fucking make fun of them. Okay? You cannot say that men need to do the same thing. Okay? You are seriously contradicting yourself here. You cannot say a high value man is what you perceive it to be. Since the fuck when? Then stop making fun of women that think that they're 10s.
Oh, that's not true. Which I agree, it's not true. But ultimately, you as a man decide what's high value for you.
Marvel, thank you. Something being open to interpretation has to be in the form of a question at least. Thank you. If you want to post something with direct statements, there's nothing else to interpret. It's literally right there.
You don't.
Yes, you do.
Value is probably something that's determined by society. High value means that you have a worth to other people. You're just talking about being comfortable, having high self-esteem.
I agree, but the tweet...
You don't say you agree with me. I just said the total opposite thing you just said.
No. I agree at that point where, for example, people will determine you as high value. However, the tweet saying high value could mean, in your sense, whatever that means to you.
No, it doesn't.
What?
That's what he's saying.
No, he's not. He doesn't know because he doesn't have a good definition. Because he knows if he says anything, he's going to get pinned
You sound
down
like the
on
girls who believe they're a 10 because they describe themselves as a 10 in the mirror.
If you brought
That's
in
the
some
same
You're
loser
missing the point.
and he's like, I'm high value because I'm the manager at my McDonald's, you probably wouldn't
What
agree
the
that he's
fuck
high
did I
value.
just say? Yes, Nico, yes. Where the... Yo, you want to talk about the Matrix? I'm in the goddamn Matrix right now because I am agreeing with... Sneeko is agreeing with me in this instance. Yes. See, what the fuck did I literally just say? There's so many girls. The fucking... Chat, I know you've seen the overweight trans person that have been on these podcasts and they've been making fun of her. I know you've seen her and she says she's a baddie, she's a 10 and all this other shit. By your definition, look, you're doing the same thing. You're literally doing the same thing. You're making fun of them for doing it, but it's now all of a sudden it's okay for men to do the same shit. No.
When he says high value, you're going to determine that as a man. What does that mean for you? Success is a part of it, yes, but their success could be owning a farm or having a business. It doesn't matter. He's saying to get to that point, you need focus. Ultimately, that's what he's saying. Just be focused.
I mean, look, we make fun of the girls all the time for saying that they're 10 out of 10s. All the
Sneeko.
time because they say it in their head,
Yes.
I believe I'm a 10 out of 10. No, that's ridiculous because society determines how attractive you are. Society determines how valuable you are. You can't apply that a lot. You can't make fun of the girl, the ugly fat whale who thinks she's a 10 girl boss queen, and then also say a high value man can believe it in his head.
Literally what I
You wash your
just
body. Do you use a moldy loofah, a dirty
Yes.
washcloth, or you're that guy that
what
just
the
uses
fuck is
their
going
hands
on with
while always
Sneeko? Where
scrubbing?
has Sneeko been? Like, what is...
Well, I
what
gave you
has
guys a 10.
happened?
When
You have a good definition. You talked about some shit, being relatively fit, having a network of people that are very social.
absolutely.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that sounds like
I do, because here's the thing. For me, I will define it because that will allow you guys to see where I'm coming from when I'm interpreting that
we know where you're coming from, but we have the tweet out there. He doesn't know where he's coming from.
yeah.
He's a little lost right
I
now,
mean,
so we're trying to figure out, what exactly he means. But
I think, again, the tweet, I think that's the important part of the tweet is
The
that...
was. Yes. See, I don't know what the hell is going on. I don't know. Don't get me wrong. Sneeko's gonna fall off the track soon. I know he is. But for now, let's just enjoy it.
allows people to interpret it how they want, and which is why we're talking about it right now. The tweet did what it was supposed to do.
Why would you? If I'm giving advice to people, I don't want them to interpret it how they want. Otherwise, what the fuck is the point of my message? If I'm telling
not giving advice to people, that's the whole point of this. Do you want? It's like impossible. It's impossible to put anything out there without people interpreting it as follow these steps. Here's your 12 rules for life, and you're going to live a.
This man is actually
That's
stupid.
literally what your tweet was. Do these things. High value. What is the wording of the tweet? Go back to the tweet itself.
So here's in that wording of the tweet. What's the last part of that? What's the
The
last one?
quickest path to becoming a high value man.
Resist easing up on your focus. Whatever's like, do you want me to insert what you ought to be doing? You ought to be coding. Is that what I should say? You ought to be becoming a professional athlete. I don't know what your fucking strengths are.
You can simplify and say work hard.
Again, so here's the thing. If I say, you know what, you ought to be an NBA player.
Right,
It doesn't matter that you're 5'9", fucking stay on your focus, and you're going to be the best NBA player you can possibly be.
No, that'd be terrible advice.
That would be absolutely terrible advice because this is advice. That's why. Okay, this is a list that is meant to get so you get an idea of what the fuck it is that you're going to do so that you can become that high value man. Protect yourself. Don't get married. Avoid family creation. That's second. Again, this is over the top shit. Anybody who knows anything about my material, when I throw this out there, they know this is over the top shit.
What else on that
feeds
list?
the fucking fire for douche nozzles like
What else besides the
Ben Shapiro.
I don't want to be a douche nozzle, but what else?
Yeah, besides number 3, what else here is over the top?
Besides vasectomy.
Well, live consistently, okay? Well, what if like some people say
Ponytail
that's
finish.
vanity, right?
Myron, there's no way you agree with that. Saying
Well,
live
actually,
consistent.
hold on. For Rolo, it might be. Okay, to be fair.
I already,
okay?
guys, see, here's the thing.
But you're missing, like, are you not hearing anything he's saying? Like,
See,
do you need
again-
to blindly agree with him?
No,
Because
no, no.
nothing he's saying is making any sense.
It's making any sense to you because you
Literally, nothing is fucking making any sense. And the fact that Sneeko has to be the one to be like, yo, why are we not listening to the same thing? Because everything he's saying is not fucking making any sense.
don't
right
understand the concept of the tweet. That's why.
You can't even
Did
thoroughly
you understand what I? Okay, let me hold stop here. Did you understand what I was saying about
I
Brandon?
feel like
Carter?
Myron is embarrassed.
Yeah, he doesn't do his laundry.
Yeah, but he's taken everything to this extreme level. It's like to a lot of guys, Brandon
has
Carter's
a
not a
kid.
high. Okay, would you agree with me that Brandon Carter is a high value guy?
Sure.
Okay, you know who wouldn't? Ben Shapiro. You know who wouldn't? A lot of other people because they think that they're living out their own high value ideal. Do you understand that?
Context.
Like the 350-pound esports player is living out his ideal of a high value man.
Yeah, whether or not that's working for him is irrelevant to the tweet. When I say, okay, when I'm talking about Brandon Carter, you say you understand that. He's taking it to like this extreme level.
How is Ben
Just
Shapiro not a high value guy?
Like stay on top of it. Like his for Brandon Carter, what do you think Brandon Carter's definition of a high value man is?
Probably the same as mine.
Which is
Determined by society.
No, Sneeko, do not fucking give your definition of a high value man until he gives his. I want to know his. Fuck that. Fuck other people's. I want to know his.
If you have respect from your community, then you are a high value person. If people respect you.
so being pro-social and having people like you and depending on the
I know you don't agree with him because he's Daily Wire. Ben Shapiro is definitely a high value man.
okay
Yes.
but, okay so let's just say let's say
Agree with that?
He does. He said so.
You don't think Ben Shapiro's a high value man?
let's take for do I think he is? I don't think he's a high value man.
There you go.
Wait,
So
what?
now
What the fuck? Okay, no, guys, this is even getting worse because you cannot say that somebody like Ben Shapiro, who has his own businesses, bro, you cannot say somebody like Ben Shapiro is not a high value man and not answer what the fuck you think a high value man is. You cannot do that. You can't. Now I really need to know what your definition is because you're literally all over the fucking place right now.
Definition. He owns his own business. Is like one of the most successful alt media platforms in the world. He's married
Right.
his fucking young sweetheart.
Right. You know who else is not a high value guy? Elon Musk. Let's see. Who else?
said
Jeff
that in the previous-
Bezos.
how?
All you got to do is just go.
Part of the
All you
game.
have to do is look at the decisions they've made in their personal lives. Okay. How are we going to define that? If I'm going to define that,
You haven't. You're the only one
have
who here
no
who hasn't
idea.
defined it.
Yeah.
because
But
I'm not,
wait, time out. But how can you say that someone isn't a high value man when you're contradicting yourself again? You said, how can you claim that someone isn't a high value man when you said you have to determine what a high value man is? Like the person has to determine if they're high value or not. You can't determine if someone else is high value from your logic. So what do you? God.
the one defining it for fucking Jeff Bezos. I'm not the one defining it for fucking what's his face? Ben Shapiro.
Whale can think she's a 10 as long as that's how she defines beauty to herself.
Well, you guys just defined. You guys.
I don't even like Ben Shapiro, but he's got his own businesses. He's a millionaire. He's basically on the verge of forming a media empire. Yes, I don't fucking like Ben Shapiro either, but I can easily say that he's a fucking high value man. He's a grifter. Yes, for sure.
Guys, well, hold on. Wait, Sneeko, you just defined Brandon Carter as a high value guy, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, so that fits your definition of a high value guy, but I will tell you right now that that would not fit the same definition that say Ben Shapiro would have for a high value guy because he doesn't have his babies on point. He doesn't have this on point. He's not going to church
He
or
doesn't have his babies on point. What the fuck are you talking about?
synagogue every day, right? So
What?
to him, he's not necessarily a high value guy.
I don't
So
think
it's what is
synagogue has to do with high value. That's like
because that's the way that other people would define it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
What
but-
the fuck are you talking about? Chat, one more time. Did he not? He's literally all over the place right now. He said like 30 different things and he keeps switching it. I'm honestly impressed. I am so impressed at how he keeps dodging like this. This is very impressive. This is like ultra instinct dodging.
That's true.
It's not, value is not subjective. When we talk about value,
It's
we're
the
usually
market.
talking about some sort of exchange in a market.
No.
Value is usually what are people willing to do or give for a certain thing. It's not defined by this. If one man is on an island with no other people, there is no value.
No, this one over your head. It's the idea of being high value.
No, there is no idea.
There is no
of being high
fucking
value. And
idea,
if it was
yeah.
anybody else on the show, you guys would be roasting the fuck out of them for saying that's your
Yeah,
idea
you
of
would.
being high value. You would be roasted. If any of the girls come here, because you do this to girls all the time, so it goes right. They're like, I think I'm a 10. It's like, why? Because I'm so special and blah blah blah.
And you
Like,
say you're not special.
I just gave you Brandon Carter as an example. I just gave you Brandon Carter. I gave you. We can use any single example you want. You could be the 500-pound guy who just does esports, or it can be like Brandon Carter or the top G.
Yep.
Any one of those guys. The thing still applies.
All right, look.
Are you better off? Are you better off without the instructions? Are you better off without? Are you better off
They're
without
talking
the
over each other.
Everyone here has kind of a different thing. Like me, I've defined it. This is what I think makes you high value. You might have a different take on it. You might have a different take on it. I've defined it, and then I took my interpretation off what you said. If you want to get these things, and it makes sense to me, those things that you listed. But I'm seeing here that everyone here kind of has a different interpretation.
Wait,
of it.
that's not true.
No,
All
that's
four of
that's
us
not
probably-
that's not fucking true at all. Literally, Meyer and Destiny and Sneeko literally agreed that a high value man is basically somebody that has respect from the community, that is a leader, an alpha male, whatever, has a huge amount of wealth, like that is what else? What was the last? Oh, and that is physically fit. Look, I'm stumbling over my words because I'm getting so frustrated. Those three literally agree. Myron, what are you talking about? You guys agree what a high value man is. Stop playing stupid. We just don't know what Rolo idea of a high value man is. He keeps contradicting himself. And no, Leonardo, I agree. He is not a leader. I'm just so confused. Like it's making my head
hurt.
hurt.
High value.
No, we don't.
The three of us probably
Ben
do.
Shapiro said you said you have high value. I don't think I don't think
Having
it is.
like some amount of like physical fitness, we all agree that that's decently valuable, correct?
On some level, yeah.
Okay. Having some amount of like social status, so you've got the attention of a lot of people and you're
Social
influential.
status
We all
is
agree
one
on
of
that,
those.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Having some amount of financial success, right? You have freedom to take care of your family, retire if you want to, even at an early age. We all agree with that, right?
Okay.
And having some level of success with your family and friends, right? We all roughly agree on that, right?
Okay.
If you have those four things in check, you're probably a high value man.
No, it's more than that.
What?
See, here's what he's saying. I can add more to it because for me, in my head, what high value is way more than that. To you, that might be important, but to me, it's not. That's not everything.
What's
Then what the fuck else is there?
a key component missing from what I said?
Is a high value guy the guy that marries somebody from a foreign country and brings her over here so she can get citizenship? Because that's your family dynamic. My family dynamic is different than that. Does that make me high value or low value?
Exactly. It's going to depend on the
fuck
person.
difference
It's-
does that
If I'm in a heterosexual marriage for 27 years and not in a polycule or some shit, like it's like some people will say you're high value because you do that. People will say, Rolla, you can't be red pill because you're married, or you can't be married because you're red pill. Okay. And suddenly I'm blue pill because I am actually in a relationship where it's like clothes on her end, clothes on her end, and clothes on my end. But if I go and I talk to the top G, or I talk to somebody who's like in an open relationship, is that guy high value because of that? I'm not. This is not a judgment call. I'm just saying that the definition is going to be different, even if you have all those things. Even each one of those things that you just mentioned is still it's still subject to the context. I agree with what you said, Destiny. What I'm saying is that from within each one of those attributes, people are going to have something wildly different. And you know what they're going to do? They're going to use that for blog fodder and topics to go and do quick hit videos on because they just want click through rate for something like that.
What would we say about women? If we say, what is a high value woman?
You tell me, man. It's like, again, it's
Jesus Christ.
This is like your wheelhouse.
bread
This
and
is your
butter.
chance to steamroll.
I don't think you understand why wheelhouse is. Quite honestly, I don't think you do.
Red pill shit. Isn't that what you do?
Your
So you
name
should
is
know,
the
like, what a
rational
high,
male.
Yeah, a high value woman is.
I don't talk about high value women, dude. In fact, if anything, I say there's no such thing as a quality woman because it's an ideal that guys have in their heads.
Wait. How much time we got left? Because as this shit is going on, it just keeps getting worse. So there are no quality women in the world now? Like, what are you saying? You're married! You are married! Are you saying your wife isn't a quality woman? What are you saying?
No such thing as a quality woman.
No such thing as a quality woman because guys have this. The quality woman is an ideal, but we can talk about that when I get there. But the thing is this is like when you're building a relationship or when you have this idea in your head. You want to know why guys get into so much fucking trouble in their marriages? It's because of that ideal. Because every guy who ever got married thought that she was the best fucking thing in the world. Otherwise, he wouldn't have got married to her. And then until he gets across the divorce table from her, now she's a fucking evil monster.
That's woman ever. You genuinely don't think that there's quality women in the world?
I think that there are women who have different attributes than others that match very well with guys. Sure, there are good clicks, of course. But the thing is like the idea.
If somebody has attributes that matches with yours, doesn't that make them a quality woman or a quality man? If they have attributes that mesh well with your morals, your ideals, whatever, doesn't that mean they are a quality? Who the fuck is this guy, man? What is he talking about? He is not intelligent at all. He's literally just saying shit right now. My head.
Of the quality woman is an ideal that guys have that gets them into a lot of trouble. That's why they're in love with the ideal, not the actual person. That's
there are
why
high value men, but there aren't high value women.
I'm not saying that I said there aren't high value men and there aren't high value women. Okay, it just depends on who we're talking about.
I don't know what the hell he's talking about.
I give up.
I don't even know what the
I
fuck we're
genuinely
talking
give
about.
up.
I get what he's saying, but
I feel like I need to do mushrooms before I come on this show. That's what it feels like. The conversation
we
about
don't
right now.
No, you know what it is, Destiny? Is you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Let me read some of the chat. I'm sorry, guys. Jesus Christ. Marvel said, if I have a loaf of bread and Aladdin had a loaf of bread but gives his to a poor child, does that make me a high value man that I kept my bread? This is how he keeps the question. If there is no such thing as a quality woman, I'm assuming you've got bad taste and have a terrible dating preference. Exactly. Honestly, to end the suffering, we don't have to watch this anymore. You're not. I feel Mike, I'm trying to get to some sort of consensus here. Like I'm trying to see this through. Now I'm invested because I want to know what his definition of a high value man is. Like I want to get to it. And also part of this is really fucking funny because to see Destiny and Sneeko on the same side being like, what the fuck is he talking about? Is hilarious. Oh, fuck. Tell me you're in a loveless marriage without telling me you're in a loveless marriage. Yeah, Micah, what's going on, bro? You got into some shit. You really got into some shit. Like, it's... yeah, see, that's the main problem. He's having a mental breakdown. He knows, he said what house value is and value women is. Just want to play dumb and contradicts himself. Yeah. All right.
On any of this, and I'm surprised because you write about this all the time. You wrote a whole book about it. People they really respect it, and I have no idea.
You guys might be confused.
I don't know what happened to Sneeko, Micah, but Sneeko has been spitting facts this whole time.
One that says there's no such thing as a high value woman. A woman that's a woman gets her value directly from a man that she gets in a relationship with, because all women have value, but not all men have value.
All women don't have the same value.
Facts.
Well,
don't even think about it. You know that's not true. If I give you a woman with 100 bodies and a woman with 0 bodies, if I give you one that's 500 pounds, if I give you one with 5 kids, so
here's
yeah.
my thing. Okay, here's my thing, because I've said this before.
I know men must become and women are. I know you're about to do that speech.
No,
but I'm just saying there are some women that are better than others.
I wasn't going to say that. Of course, of course. But all women have value to some level, but not all men have value because men have to build their shit up. So what I'm saying is that a high value woman
not even true.
A high value woman gets her value from being with a high value man.
I don't even think that's true. All men have value to some extent.
The metric of success for a female is being able to get the best man that they can get.
And men can build and do things. In places like China, where you're limited to the amount of children, what do? They opt for boys. Because they can go out and work and fucking get jobs and shit and do things around the fucking house or whatever, right?
Yeah, the fucking 1980s. The one child policy hasn't been around since the mid 90s, dude.
Sure, but when it was grossly favoring the birth of boys because you could do more with boys than you could with women. Just the idea that like
that was a prescription until now they're facing the consequences of that.
True. Well, so is Japan. That's a super homogenous.
That's one situation. Like, okay, you're using China, but let's be honest here. Why does it say women and children off the boat first, not men? Women have always had. No, yeah, it's a chivalry thing, but why is that? Because if you have 100 women and one guy, you can still continue society. But if you have 100 men and one woman, we're fucked.
Women
So-
are the vulnerable sex, and men are the disposable sex. That's why.
Women have value inherently. So what I'm saying is this: since every woman has value, for a woman to be high value, she's got to be able to lock down a high value guy. There's a reason why women take a man's last name and not the other way around. Women, when they meet each other and hug, the first thing they ask typically is, "Oh, do you have a man? Do you have a relationship? Tell me about your kids, etc." When two men meet, what do? Shake hands. What do you do for a living? Men are judged on creating value. Women are judged on creating children, typically. Now, are there some women out there that chase success and making money, whatever? Sure, but that is not the main goal of a female. The main goal of a female, from a biological sense, is to procreate. For a woman to procreate, she's got to be with a man. Typically, they want the best guy. For a man to procreate, he's got to create excess resources to be able to attract that woman. So what we bring to the table is different. And what I would argue,
I don't disagree with any of that, but there are high value women, and there are probably high value men.
I think a woman's only high value if she could lock down a high value guy. That's my take.
Okay, well, at least you have a definition for it.
That's my
At least he
definition.
fucking
Which,
gave a
again, I see
definition,
all of us
whether
here at the
I
table
agree or not.
have different opinions, which is great. But that's my take on it. Like with a high value man, a high value woman.
No. I mean, what you want me to say is a woman who has a low body count, who is a girl from the Amish Dutch country in Pennsylvania. Who
No, we don't want. We're not trying to. They're not even trying to fish at this point. They're not fishing for a response. They just want you to tell. They want you to tell everybody what your opinion is. We're not fucking trying to fish. You literally have not been able to give us an answer on your opinion at all. Matter of fact, what they should ask: are you a high value man? Yes. Why are you a high value man? Like that's the question they need to ask next.
Who's never known another man, doesn't have any social media. I mean, there's a lot of ways we can go with this, but again, it's those are ideals. Okay.
Yeah,
the other part
ideals
is,
are important because ideals are what we strive for. An ideal is the whole.
And those ideals are also what lead us astray, which is why this list is fucking useful. That's
ideals
why.
don't lead us astray. Ideals lead you into a better life. That's the whole point of an ideal. It's the
That's
best
a lot.
version of
Now,
yourself.
that's
You're never going to be
impressive.
the best version of yourself, but the path to being the best version of yourself.
Every guy who ever thought he found his fucking soulmate, who ended up on the opposite side of the fucking divorce table from her, had a fucking ideal about that woman.
Sure, and every man that dies happily surrounded by his family who had a long.
Oh, yes, I know the pastoral scene with everybody. Well, yeah, we're surrounded by his family. You know what? You know that like 90% of the population of the United States doesn't die like that. They actually die in assisted living, and nobody knows about it until the next morning.
Okay, as opposed to you who was tweeting about dying in his motorbike in an accident. Okay, dude.
You said you wanted to blast heavy metal.
That is a fucking
in your car and
fantasy.
play Slayer.
Radcon fantasy.
Like,
Guys,
come on.
let me hit these chats real fast.
And we got another show coming up.
Yeah, and we got another show coming up. I'm gonna go through this real fast. All
I
right,
would
so we
love to
got
hear
Kid
these.
Blue RB goes, Rolo dodging the defining a high value man is like the LGBT dodging what a woman is. Feels like I'm watching Matt Walsh's documentary right now. You're the grandmaster of RP. You out of all people should be able to define what a high
He
value
can't
man
define
is.
high value male, but he can define us as douche nozzles.
All right, let me.
That's pretty funny though.
Microshoot says, Myron, you're my guy, but you're giving Rolo an out. Let him stand on the chair he's standing on so he can continue to hang himself with his food.
I know you really want to
Yes, yo, literally their own chat. Everybody sees it, but them. They are just because they're friends, acquaintances, whatever, colleagues, whatever. They're giving him an out in their own chat. Their own chat is blowing them the fuck up. They're disagreeing.
Well, here's the thing.
I know you base a lot of the show around that book, but like, bro, he's making absolutely no sense.
No
Here's the
sense.
thing. Everyone is interpreting it different. Obviously, I have my take on it. Rolo has his take.
He doesn't
First
have
has
a
his
take, bro.
We all have different takes on
He
this.
doesn't have a
Doesn't
take.
That's still a take.
That's still a take though.
That's still a take.
Okay.
It is.
If this was some LGBT shit or some woman shit, we would be all laughing and roasting the fight. Rightfully so. If
Yes.
a woman came out and we were like, what makes a woman high value? And she's like, well, if she's in her moment and if she's girl bossing it up as hard as she can, that's a high value woman. Like we would be roasting.
That's the
fuck out of
same
her.
argument he's making right now.
Literally.
What I'm saying that's not it's apples and oranges. That's the problem with all this shit. Is like you don't even understand the nature of the tweet. That's why.
Because I'm asking you a specific question, you can't answer it. Ask if it's advice, it's not.
Bro,
It's a
please
joke,
ask
it's
it
not.
one more
The
time.
minute, okay, okay, here's the thing. Here's a high value. Let me give you a high value man. A high value man goes and fucks as many chicks as he possibly can, as many women as possible, and he fucking finds one little needle in the haystack, and he wipes up that girl because she happens to have no body count. She's like 100%.
Bruh, so the issue is he thinks they're trying to fish for like a stereotypical like red pill answer, but we all just genuinely want to know what the red pill godfather thinks a high value man is. That's all we want. He can't give that to us.
In love with him.
Micah, literally, this has been a 50-minute video basically about what a high value man is. So Rolo put out this tweet. What was it? It was how many steps was it? I forgot. It was like a certain amount of steps in order to become a high value man. He is backtracking on that tweet. He's backtracking on those steps because one of the steps said that a man should have a vasectomy to have some sort of like restraint control so he can focus on becoming a high value man. And then he said that that's not advice. It was just a tweet. People are taking it too literally. It's out of context. And now we're all confused because we're like, okay, so what do you think a high value man is? Because I don't know, man. Like I don't know if you can tell, but like I'm genuinely getting frustrated. I don't even know why I put myself in this situation. I did not think this was going to be this bad. I can go and rattle off
all these extremes, and you know who's going to disagree with me? Every guy in fucking Daily Wire is going to disagree.
Say what you really think. Don't say it ironically. Say what you believe.
That's yes.
What I'm saying is what I believe here. Okay, this is the whole thing. It's the point of the tweet is that it's your definition of what it is.
You keep saying that Ben Shapiro. You said Ben Shapiro's not a high value man, so you must be comparing him to some standard in your head. You said Bezos is not a high value man. You said Elon Musk is not.
What is a high value man if they are not high value men? If fucking Ben Shapiro, Elon Musk, if those if Elon Musk, one of the most wealthiest men on this planet, if he is not a high value man, what do you think a high value man is? Jeff Bezos, if you don't think he's a high value man, then what is your opinion of one?
Not a high value man. So there's some standard in your head that you're comparing these guys to that they're not matching up to. What is that standard?
Right. Well, let's all you would have to do is look at their personal lives so you would understand this. Again, do I have time to go and enumerate all of that? No, I don't. But if you go and you look at what they're doing, like look, let's just use Elon Musk for a second here.
Well, let's use Ben Shapiro. That was a good example. Ben Shapiro.
We can look at Ben Shapiro. How did he meet his wife? Do you know how he met his wife?
What did they grow up?
It was arranged, right?
Was it an arranged or family friends? I don't know.
No, basically what Ben Shapiro did was he wore this chick down over the course of God knows like 3 or 4 months, right? He would meet the definition of stalking and being a creeper on the if he wasn't Ben Shapiro, right? If he didn't have his background.
Also, I would not take this man word. Like I really wouldn't. This is probably not what even happened. He is constantly putting out false information, like constantly.
Yeah, like 3 to 4 months. What does that mean?
Basically,
what it means is he wore her down is what he did. He's very proud of that fact too.
Okay, hold on real quick. You seem to have a problem with this. When somebody asks you what is X, and then you go, well, it's X.
Yes.
You're not really answering the question. You've done this like 3 times. When you say wore her down over 3 to 4 months, what does that mean? Did they date? Did he see her after school?
What that means is he was persistent. He just kept wearing her down over the course of time.
And he literally just did it again. He literally just did it again. I just don't even know what to say or what to think anymore because I just don't understand how people can follow this guy when he can't even answer a simple fucking question. Like,
that's ridiculous, man.
I will send you the video. I will send you the video.
Okay. Jesus.
All right.
You guys should viewer call-ins more often. It's cute.
Okay.
Well, yeah, and you should send your OnlyFans girls to come at me to debate me in your proxy next time.
I mean, we're asking to debate you right now, and you can't even.
Except next time, please find a girl who actually puts lenses in her glasses. A little weird.
You're so triggered, dude. Are you okay?
Not very rational.
I think
his 6 month will be the emotional male. I think
because I would consider Ben Shapiro a high value guy. I would.
Yeah, no,
thank you,
Mark.
But
wait, you disagree with the Grandmaster?
The Godfather, the great granddaddy of the Red Pill.
Not the great granddaddy. Oh, do you know that in the end it was a dumb idea. It was a dumb take, but he won't take that mistake. That's why he knows is a dumb idea. But he won't admit it. Yeah, he's wrong. That's the biggest thing. He just won't admit that he's wrong, and he won't like go back on it. Also, is that somebody that you want to follow? Somebody that can't go back on their mistakes and say, you know what, that was a stupid tweet. I was just trying to be funny or whatever the case was. Someone, how can you respect or follow someone that won't even take fucking accountability? Instead, they're constantly ducking and dodging questions, and they can never answer. Like, they just don't want to answer the questions. Like, is this somebody that you want to follow that cannot take accountability and say, you know what, the tweet was dumb? Instead, they want to keep moonwalking back. And like he is literally trying to die on this hill. And this is a lopsided hill too.
Trolling, man.
Myron, would you agree with his outlook on women?
With Ben Shapiro's outlook on women?
Yeah. Ben Shapiro has literally come at you for exactly this. For everything that these guys are talking about, he's come at you for exactly the same thing.
Yeah, so
you guys did a full show on this.
No, for sure. I disagree with him on as far as like the female stuff. Like, oh yeah, that like having sexual experience is like bad for you, like he was trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
But I think objectively speaking, from the things that I listed as far as what I think makes a guy high value, he has all those things. Now,
yes,
he's limited on his knowledge of females for sure, right? Because I think he only got with one girl, and you know she comes from a certain type. She comes from a family, and a certain family. I don't want to say because we're on YouTube, but
you know what, Cammy, I need to research that entire situation, the this whole Steven Crowder shit, because I didn't even. So many people have been talking about it, but honestly, I'm not even hip on it.
But I think that set her up. Yeah, cha-ching. That set her up to be a girl that would be to his liking. But the point I'm trying to make is I think Ben Shapiro's a high value guy, but I don't agree with his stances on women.
Well, same thing with Steven Crowder right now. You guys were just talking about Crowder not too long ago. Like right up until he got this divorce and all this stuff started coming out and Candace Owens and all that shit.
Guys, but I don't.
Everybody would have said he was a high value guy until now.
I think they're high value guys like Crowder and Ben Shapiro based on what they've accomplished in life. But I don't agree with their standpoints on
Rolla
females.
thinks that if he disagrees with them, then they can't be.
You guys are just, like, go back to fucking Twitch.
Wait, what did you say?
You guys are just, like,
based on what they've accomplished in life. But I don't agree with their standpoints on
Rolla
females.
thinks that if he disagrees with them, then they can't.
Why does it keep loading?
You guys are just, like, go back to fucking Twitch. Just go back to Twitch and start playing games again. Really, you have no fucking point. There's no point for either one of you to be on this fucking show, quite honestly.
Dumbledore has spoken.
Because here's the thing, the traditional conservative beliefs don't necessarily work in today's sexual marketplace when it comes to dealing with women.
No, we agree, but that's the reason he thinks Ben Shapiro's not high value, because he disagreed with you on relationships.
No, what I'm saying is that well, yes, I would actually agree with that.
Okay, well then that's fucking stupid.
Okay, does Ben Shapiro the way what his disagreement with you, does that then at least in some way diminish him as a high value man?
No, we can disagree. I disagree with that.
I'm asking Myron. I mean, because it's Myron who says, well, he's a high value guy, but like,
describe that he disagrees on the traditional relationships.
If you're gonna look at money, if you're gonna look at money, muscles, and game, okay. In this case, it's the female aspect of what makes a high value guy, right? If he disagrees with what he's not disagreeing with me, he's disagreeing with Myron.
He just said that he's high value.
He said he's high value, but except for that one part where he's saying, you know what, I disagree with his outlook when it comes to
okay.
Like, women.
So if there is one aspect of that, of those four things that are on that list, if there is one aspect that just doesn't measure up, that just doesn't match, does that mean that they are no longer high value, even if they have like the physical prowess, the money, like the respect? If the only thing that's missing is the view of women, like, is he still not considered high value? This is so stupid. We don't have that much
to go about like forming relationships or whatever, the sex, whatever it is.
Yeah, I think he's a high value guy, but I disagree with his notion on how to deal with women.
Well, he's not fucking 50. He's not fucking 50 guy or 50 women.
Yeah, no, he's not.
He might be fucking 50
He's
guy.
against that, which I think is dated. You know what I mean? Again, like I said before, I think a guy could be traditionally conservative, but I'd not agree. I don't necessarily have to agree with someone's viewpoints on how they deal with females for me to see them as high value, because I think he
That was
accomplishes all the
thank
things
you
that
for
I mentioned
answering
on
my
list
question,
of what I
Myron.
think makes a guy high value.
And so what you're doing is you're saying that high value is these accomplishments, correct?
I'm interpreting it. Yeah, that's how I interpret it. Which obviously everyone here at the
What
panel.
the fuck are you asking him for? This is your shit. You are the Godfather. What the fuck are you asking him for? Do you know how terrifying it would be if the president of the United States, if let's just say we went to war, what the fuck if he was walking on the street casually and he just turned to a random citizen, hey man, what do you think we should do? Because it's looking bad out here. It's looking real bad. I don't even know what to do. I don't know what's going on. I don't know where the money is going. I don't know. You know how fucking bad that would look? You are supposed to be the fucking grand poobah of this shit. Why are you asking Myron?
This
is supposed to be your shit.
I agree with that. Respected, accomplished.
Which is
We don't really have a different
I
opinion.
feel like our definitions of high value are pretty aligned at the table.
Yeah, with us.
Oh shit. My boy Micah's Anime Ramble sent a donation. I appreciate you, bro. High value as a man means you have the ability to provide for your family, or provide for your woman, excuse me, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, sexually, and financially. Fucking agreed. By the way, shout out to my homie Micah. He has his own channel, Anime Ramble. He's probably going to be doing more shit soon. Talks about a lot of anime. So guys, do me a favor. If you haven't subscribed to his channel already, please do so. He's literally my best friend, my brother. Please subscribe to his channel. I appreciate you, Micah. And I wholeheartedly agree. Jesus Christ. I cannot wait to go to the Pearl video.
Three, yeah. But I mean, again, we're looking at things differently in general.
Okay.
Because you guys don't agree. I agree with his tweet if you want to become high value in the quickest amount of time.
But you can't agree with it if he doesn't even define it. You can't agree with him if you don't even know what his definition is.
But
does he agree with it? Defined by the way he defines it.
What his is?
No, but he did though. He chose what high value means to him. You're missing a point.
Thank you. Fresh is the voice of reason.
It's going over your head because you guys are thinking about 1 point vasectomy. That's it.
We weren't even on vasectomy, but that's okay. I think
they were off of that a long time ago.
No, Myron agrees with the tweet that I'm talking about, according to what his definition of a high value guy is. Correct?
Yeah, he knows his definition.
Yeah,
exactly.
High value men are just like people that have high value and are men. I agree. I got it.
All right, I'll hit these other ones. We got here Viking Paradigm, ignoring the context, talking over, interrupting ad hominems, goalpost shifting, claiming it's advice when it's not. It's easy to see who's trying to control their viewers and who's not, and easy to see who lost the debate here.
Hey, you're a douche.
Woo! Woo!
That's a douche nozzle thing to say.
Shout out Viking, man.
That's not very rational of you.
Life, love, value. Women aren't so simple. Leave these RP dudes alone in their zone to stew. Responsibility, intelligence, and discipline above all, and are talismans of happiness for most people. Enjoy life, grind, and don't glorify.
Hey, I
anyone.
agree.
Okay,
100%.
And then what else we got here? We got Mike Rashid. I hope y'all don't let Rolo's weird immigration comment fly by.
Immigration comment.
Immigration?
I wish I got an invite for discussion.
I wish you got an invite for this discussion.
He should come to the round table next week.
Immigration?
He's not Trump.
We didn't talk about
What am I talking about?
immigration.
I don't know.
Okay. All right. What else? Anything else?
Up to you guys. Question mark.
That's it. John. 100%.
100%. If I wanted to learn how to become a successful man, I'd go to Rolo before going to Sneeko or Destiny, two grown-ass men who argue like teenage boys.
All right, so 55.
Do you know how, bro, they probably had to fucking struggle to find one positive comment that leaned towards Rolo. You know how hard that was? Hold up, I thought family was more important for being a man about high value. I got discipline and family is supposed to be more important. So I don't get why I don't get what this man is saying. I don't either. We only have 4 minutes.
Little guy calling us douche nozzles to someone who's like 3 times younger. That's a mature way to argue.
Damn.
If that's your idea, then okay.
Wow. Shots fired.
That's just what happened on the show.
Literally.
This is
You
a
left them
great
speechless.
debation.
Do you have anything to say? Like you called in.
Great
You're just
debation.
staring.
Where can they find y'all?
I mean, they know where to find. We plugged him out.
Go back to Twitch. That's some advice for you. That's some real advice for you guys. You guys have no business fucking being in any of this shit right here. You're not ready to have an adult conversation. Everything is
I've seen you chatting more than any other name in the chats. I re-chat like whenever I stream, which is when I'm online, and you're in there more than me.
True.
So calling us Twitch, actually, I'm banned on there. I'm on Rumble, but yeah, if you want to pull the online card, then maybe get off the internet a little bit and chat it all day. Douche nozzle.
It's a lot harder when it's not just like 22-year-old women being ganged up on a podcast, huh? I'm sorry, Rillo.
No, I'll be happy to fucking debate you, dude. On any topic you want.
We are right now.
Yeah, we just did.
We literally just did.
This
Yeah.
one fucking tweet is what you're talking about.
Well, we were talking to the godfather of Red Pill, trying to.
Yeah, and speaking of fucking tweets, or excuse me, speaking of fucking super chats, was that not you on whatever podcast the other night?
Yeah, I like to support the people I go on to have a podcast.
Right. Thank you very much. Thank you for at least admitting it.
Those are the only.
Oh boy. All right, we literally only have a few more minutes and then we can get into the fun shit because this was a headache. All right.
Those are the only 2 super chats I've sent in my life. If I'm watching content and I want to know if it's Red Pill or not, I just
Seems like you're watching a lot more than you think you are.
Every program I've ever been on, it's insane. You should get a tax credit for like watching me.
Bro, do you have anything to say? Why are you staring like that, man?
God damn.
Okay.
He can't even say anything back.
It's like, no, you guys. Let's see. Here's the thing: is you guys. First of all, I've thrown out this.
Slayer in his car after the show.
First of all, this challenge. If you guys want to come to Vegas, come to Vegas. We'll sit across the table from each other.
Oh, we're gonna build up your fucking dog shit podcast. What are you talking about? Come to Miami.
I am coming to Miami
next week.
Oh, cool.
He'll be here next week.
You guys are so mean, man.
Yeah,
Look at
Bro, I didn't even say. What do you mean we're mean?
He literally called them douche nozzles.
He called us douche nozzles. Oh, it's fine. He's the grand wizard of Red Pill, so I can't go
Not
say
the
anything about
grand
that.
wizard.
But I'm mean now because I'm calling him irrational for not having any arguments at all. Bro, I know you want to defend him because the book is here on the table, but like, bro, that made no sense.
You guys have not read the
Facts.
book. You guys don't know what the fuck
I'm
you're
not reading your
talking
book,
about.
bro. You can't even define what high value man is. Why would I read a book from a guy who can't have a clear definition?
I don't know if you read the
No,
book.
I'm not even going to go there. I'm fucking for the last half hour. I've been trying to explain to you this shit to
You
this shit to
didn't.
you guys have no business being in this fucking sphere to begin with. First of all. Second of all,
Keep it forever until you're 65.
second of all, and the reason why is because you devolve into. You want to know why? Like when we talk, nobody debates anymore. You know why? Because it devolves into this middle school bullshit that both of you are. But you guys are
He
perfect. You guys
literally
want to
just
marry
started
each
throwing
other.
insults.
You can't call us childish when you were the one who started insulting. I would just ask you a question and then you said douche nozzle. Now you're gonna go play the maturity card?
Yeah. Now I'm gonna play the maturity card.
That was a middle school argument. All right. I mean, this is not going anywhere.
This was a
This
great
made him
debate.
look
I like
so
it.
fucking bad.
Debation.
Well,
Speaking of
I mean,
debation.
it's very obvious that everyone here has different takes, which is great. I think that's good.
I'm not sure what his take is still.
Uh,
But that's cool. It's different than ours. We know that.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it is what it is. Is there anything else, Chris? Or
Let's see. Nope, we're good.
all right,
All right.
Ro, do
Smash
you have
that like
anything
button.
that you want to say before we?
I was gonna say I'll be there next week.
All right, cool. Well, I think we'll have him on the 15th.
Let's do a boxing match. Just kidding.
All right. Ro, thanks for coming on, bro.
Thanks, Rolo.
Appreciate that. Take it easy.
Oh, guys. Jesus Christ. Oh my gosh. Woo. We finished. Fucking finished. Oh boy. That hurt. That like actually hurt.
I don't know how to respond to that.
Shut the fuck up, Siri. Oh, we got through that shit. That was actually painful. The most insufferable hour video in my life. Dead ass. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate it, bro. I need to change my overlay soon. Actually, it's time. But I honestly can't even take anything away from this. Like I can't take anything away from this video. Like there is no lessons. Like nothing to take away from this. Nothing at all. I just didn't know he was that stupid. Like it was impressive on how much he was just backpedaling. Like just say the fucking if you think it, bro. If you know the tweet was stupid, just say the fucking tweet was stupid. Just take some accountability. All right, I'm not gonna go back into this, but now we are going to pull up. Let's see, where is it here? All right. Brittany Venti, her video about Pearl. Now, this one isn't as long. It's around 30 minutes. But I hear Abba and Preach also reacted to this. And I heard this chick went in and pulled up receipts too. So let's just go ahead and get into this one because I am curious. Man. Fuck. I mean, this was fucking bad, man.
go, man. You gotta
Come
go.
on, James.
You
That's a
gotta
one.
go. You're
All right.
wild.
That 10K viewers.
This might be your platform, but respect
Okay, okay, goodbye. Go.
Call everyone bro. So that's why she's angry.
Get out. Get the out of my apartment. Get out.
That clip you just watched is of Hannah Pearl Davis, a 26-year-old YouTuber, the latest addition to the manosphere, often referred to as the female Andrew Tate.
Who the fuck calls her the female Andrew Tate? Look, say what you want about Andrew Tate. I disagree with most of the things that he says, right? But at least this man is somewhat intelligent. All right, Pearl is, at least he has his own thoughts, his own viewpoints. Pearl literally just regurgitate everything he says, everything Fresh and Fit says, everything Rolo says. That's all she does.
Pearl runs a YouTube channel centered around the manosphere, hosting some of the classiest women our society has to offer.
Did you see Pearl's comments on Abba Preach video? She is literally arguing with people. She looks even... No, I haven't. Like, wait. You mean like on the actual video? Like she's arguing with people in the comments? Is that what you mean? Hold on, I'm gonna look this up really quick. Cause that sounds funny as shit. Yes? Okay. If this is true, that is hilarious. We might have to pull that up really quick. Oh my fuck. Yo, she is right. Hold on. Let's read some of these comments because this is so fucking funny. This is so funny. All right, so this is Abba and Preach's video, right? This is they're reacting to the same video that I'm reacting to now. Check my phone. Micah just texted me. What the hell? Oh, right. Okay, yeah. So this is fucking hilarious. Let's read. Okay. Her comment says, "If you're going to attack me, fine, but putting in someone who didn't ask to be a part of this and is low class and wrong. My ex was one of the first people I saw affected by the court system in the US. So this narrative that you're painting that he is a burn or mooched off of me is not true. Fake news reactions channels don't care about what's true, and they have no integrity when it comes to lying about people not in the manosphere space and pushing whatever narrative they want to push. You guys freaked out when it came to Myron attacked your wife, so it's perfectly fine to include my ex-boyfriend in this." First of all, I don't know what she's talking about exactly because I didn't watch the video. Okay. One, putting someone in, huh? Your ex is an incredibly famous public figure who has disavowed you dozens of times publicly and critiqued you in his own videos. He inserted himself into everything, so your point is moot. Also, we didn't bring him up. Brittany did. We just... Oh, I can't wait to watch this video. You literally co-signed Sneeko mocking Moist Critical's girlfriend because he had her in a single picture on his Instagram. You can't make this shit up. That is a fact. Nobody cares about your dating history. They just care that you're a raging hypocrite. Facts. You routinely shame women for not being married by the subtle age of 27 for choosing men of poor quality. You also say you wouldn't take advice from unmarried women, but you yourself say you can't find a man. Well, ma'am, you're an average at best 26-year-old with a dating history that looks like a homeless person's criminal record. Pick better. God damn. Woo. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. God damn. Oh my fuck. Yo. Shit. First of all, if anybody hasn't learned anything on the internet, it's to not fuck with Abba and Preach, especially Abba. Bro, leave it. And they're comedians, bro. Oh, fuck. All right, let's watch this.
Right, let's go there. You want to go back in the past and embarrass yourself again?
Do you want to scream? Is that what you want? Let's go!
Pearl's channel is heavily inspired by Kevin Samuels and Fresh and Fit.
Women in general, especially in the United States, England, whatever it may be, are not held accountable for their poor decisions.
Men are trash. That's common in society, right? Women are trash isn't. Men are held accountable all the time, every day.
All these women are born with value. They're pretty already. As a man, if you don't make yourself valuable, you have no value.
Women are born with value.
Guys, how many times have I said in my videos that she just regurgitates the same information over and over again? It's nothing new, nothing insightful. These are not her thoughts. These are the things that she's literally saw on the internet, just like the rest of us. Okay, this is nothing new. How many times have I said that?
A guy doesn't lose his value just because he picks the wrong woman once.
Just men are attracted to youth, beauty, and fertility. It's been that way since the beginning of time.
Men value purity and youth. Purity, youth, beauty.
You can really get those brain juices flowing as you tune into yet another episode of the groundbreaking discussion, What's Wrong with Modern Women? Which are about as thought-provoking as an episode of Jerry Springer. Or alternatively, if that gets boring, you can tune into an episode of Why Men Cheating is Actually Okay.
Right? Men really have to work to become attractive. That's why I laugh at y'all when you tell me, well, men shouldn't cheat and they shouldn't do this. Men have to bust their ass to become attractive to even be seen.
What if a woman cheats? Can men accept that?
She belongs to the street.
You don't think it's different for men and for women cheating?
No.
I actually think that like women like to be cheated on.
But Pearl did.
That was the dumbest take. That was the dumbest take that I've ever heard ever before in my life. What woman, who the fuck gets in a relationship and says, oh my God, I just can't wait to get cheated on. Like, it's just so fun and toxic and I just love it. Who the fuck says that? No one wants to be cheated on. It's fucking embarrassing.
Always have these takes. In fact, she used to say the polar opposite, especially about Fresh and Fit, who she is now emulating.
I know a lot of girls that actually waited till they were married and stayed a virgin until they were married. And I can tell you that the guys on Fresh and Fit podcast would never be able to pull a girl like that.
So she's a fucking grifter. She is a bona fide grifter. Yeah. So that had to be early on. That can't be recent.
Interesting, considering that Pearl's current branding revolves around telling women that their standards are too high and that if you want a high value man, that you have to tolerate him cheating.
People think I'm condoning cheating. People think I'm encouraging cheating. No.
Like, I think if a woman cheats, she's trying to leave you. If a man cheats,
yes.
He's just like it's like a handshake.
Yeah.
A handshake. A handshake? Bro, if this is not the biggest fucking sign of a pick me bitch, like please pick me. I want to be you can cheat on me. You can cheat on me, please. Just I want a man. Please, somebody. God, I need a man. I want a man. I agree with you. Okay? You can cheat. You can do whatever you want. Just please, I need a fucking man. You sound so fucking desperate right now.
Women act like this is the most unforgivable thing, that he is the ultimate bad guy, the ultimate demon if he does this. I'm sorry, sometimes you contributed to it. And women take no accountability for that. And that he wants to go to the bar with his buddies because you make that shit a hellhole. Because you are so unpleasant to be around. And that man forgives you for all of that shit, but you can't forgive him for stepping out once, twice. You guys are crazy.
It's just a little cheating.
Oh, fuck. No, just never mind.
No biggie. I think it's safe to say that Pearl has changed her business plan in order to make money off of the manosphere because people's opinions don't.
I don't know if she's a grifter. Cammy, that's exactly, literally what this chick just said. That's exactly why I called her a grifter. That's literally exactly why. Because she just changed up her viewpoints to just benefit off of the manosphere. And just to gain monetary value from it. Jesus Christ. Literally no excuse. Like, it was just one time. Who the fuck wants to be stepped out on? Who wants to be cheated on? How is this not? And first of all, when you say cheat, that means your partner has gone outside of whatever the fuck agreement that you two had. That's not okay. That wouldn't be an okay feeling. I highly doubt Pearl would put up with that shit if they had a set of parameters and he cheat. If a person cheats, that means they went outside of those parameters. Doesn't fucking feel good.
Normally change so drastically in morality, especially in such a short amount of time.
Now me, I'm not selling anything.
Based on what I know through observation, her particular target audience is a male. This is where Pearl's content and marketing sits. She is constantly hitting pain points and triggers. The challenges and the pain points for her particular customer, client, and fan is not being heard, not being seen, not feeling valued, and not having access to women. So she talks about this constantly, right? And she's talking to women, right? Women which this particular customer, client, or fan does not have access to and wants access to. One way to draw in this particular customer is to continue to hit this customer's pain point over and over and over.
What's up with those modern women? Am I right, boys? Pearl even talks about this business plan in an interview with Yahoo News, saying that she didn't know what her business would be yet, but basically that she wanted to be an influencer and build a brand. The plan? Make money off of single men on YouTube by regurgitating their talking points about women back to them as a woman.
I feel like when men love women, it's like women have more conditions for them to be like really in love.
For a man to love a woman, she does not have to jump through as many hoops and meet as many requirements as for a woman needs to love a man.
Just like Fresh and Fit, Pearl spouts a lot of the same double standards that promote sociopathy, especially in teaching men to have destructive behaviors.
Most men always get looked upon like they're not a hoe. Why is it different for women than it is for men?
It's easy for us to get sex, and men getting sex is hard. So if they
Guys, do you guys think it's easy for Pearl to get sex? Put a one in the chat if you think it's easy for Pearl to get sex. If you think that Pearl is just not getting sex, put a 0, because she said we. Who the fuck is we? Look, I'm not trying to throw insults here. Maybe I am. I don't give a fuck. But if we're being honest, Pearl,
do what's hard, it's valued. If we do what's easy, it's not.
I am so enlightened by Pearl teaching us how being a man will magically eliminate all of the consequences of cheating. You know, like breaking your trust with your partner by lying to them, getting another woman pregnant that you now have to support, humiliating your wife, causing family dysfunction, and bringing home disease.
If a man cheats, it's like a handshake.
That is one hell of a handshake, Pearl. And promoting promiscuity is a great way to help create the single moms that her podcast actively speaks out against.
Their amazing strategy is they don't want to pass on resources to another man's kid. Like that's why they're repulsed by hoes. That's why they're repulsed by like other people's children.
If single motherhood should be avoided, then perhaps Pearl should consider not contributing to the problem by promoting promiscuity to her male audience. If you're smart like Fresh and Fit or Pearl, you can just reframe promoting sociopathy to men as advocating for them, even if the only thing it does is promote dysfunction and make more men lonely by fear-mongering them about relationships.
Damn.
I feel like a lot of men have a good reason for avoiding marriage today.
I love it.
And a woman can seize your assets even if you're just living together. It varies from state to state. I know the chat. But it's like if she leaves her stuff at your apartment for like a period of 3 months, she can literally seize your assets.
We are just warning you of what female.
Where is she getting that from? Why do I feel like that's not true?
Male nature is.
You're probably wondering by now, where is Pearl's ring? Well, I'm here to inform you that Pearl is single and unmarried at 26 years old.
And the reason I decided to go to therapy is because In the next like 5 to 7 years, ideally, you know, some things are out of your control, but ideally I'd like to be married.
This
You know, okay, again, this is not a shot. This is not a shot. This is not an insult, okay?
Which
I promise. But why the fuck is it that Pearl just never... Look, I get if makeup isn't for you and you don't want to wear makeup, but why the fuck does she never do her hair? She's always looking greasy. Like, do something with yourself. This is one of the reasons why you don't have a fucking man, because you don't look presentable and your teeth are yellow.
5 to 7 years, ideally, you know, some things are out of your control, but ideally I'd like to be married.
Which, according to her,
You have
is
the money.
because she is too picky.
You're single over a certain age, you're probably too picky.
And I say that it's because she's too picky because she claims that 28 years old is pretty old to be getting married.
What do men value?
20
Third thing men value, youth.
28 years old is pretty old to be getting married. That's funny. That's when that's when my wife and I got married. When we were 28. But that is so interesting. She's picky. Picky. So you just can't find no fucking
How are
man.
they getting youth when the average age of first marriage for women in the U.S. is 28.6 years old?
Pearl is lucky if she can get married by 28 years old because she's 26, and even if she met Mr. Right today, you would still usually have to be engaged for at least a year, and then usually people, if they're going fast, wait another year before getting married, putting her at 28 years old if they're going fast by today's standards. And Pearl doesn't have much long-term experience in dating either. According to this interview on Yahoo News and what Pearl...
First of all, can we just appreciate... Wait, let me see. No, she is not... is that nobody's picking her. Yeah, can we just appreciate the amount of research that this girl has done? Jesus Christ. I can see why this is a 39-minute video.
Her dating experiences on various podcasts. She's only had a couple of boyfriends. If you can do the math of her being 23 in the Yahoo interview, they couldn't have been that long considering she just turned 26 in the past couple of months.
God damn.
And that got me interested in knowing who is Pearl picking, considering that anytime a guy does something wrong, no matter what it is, she tells women to simply just pick better.
Okay, so then you pick guys that cheat.
I discovered that last year Pearl tweeted about a breakup she had, so I decided to go ahead and check the archives. And it turns out that Pearl actually got catfished.
Hold up.
Catfish. So
This man drops a bomb on me. He has 2 children. Why didn't he tell me? Why didn't he tell me this day too? I don't know. Now I'd break up with him in the spot, and in hindsight, I absolutely should have. But here's the issue. I did like him, and I wanted to take time to make sure that was a deal breaker. Plus, he was watching my dog while I was gone. There was just a lot going on. Anyways, I broke up with him last night, and I'm happy I did. I don't want to date a guy with kids, but this whole situation was crazy. I don't even know if he was actually my boyfriend because I never agreed. Huh? This situation was my fault, to be honest. I'm too awkward for my own good. You know what? I'm glad you know that this was your fault. Pick better, stupid. Pick better. Since that's what you want to say.
And
pick
check
better.
The archives. And it turns out that Pearl actually got catfished by an obese man with 2 children on TikTok.
Baby, when did we start dating?
Yep, that's right. An obese...
That's what her stupid ass get. That's what her stupid ass get. Look, I'm sorry. When I saw him, that shit is so fucking funny. Look at this nigga. Look at this nigga. Yo, this is her speed. This is her speed. Oh my god.
Baby, when did we start dating?
Yep, That's right, an obese man with 2 children on TikTok. And I point out that he's obese because Pearl is constantly dunking on
Constantly. How many times has she called women whales? How many
fat
times?
girls.
Why do I need to look at your rolls? And then I have to go on social media. Then boom, whale. Boom, another whale.
The cherry on
You were fucking a whale, though. You were fucking a whale. What are you talking about?
top is that Pearl has been pretty adamant about men having children being a deal breaker for her.
For me personally, I'm not into the guys with kids. That's not my thing.
Instead of immediately breaking up with him for hiding 2 whole children from her, she instead takes him in to live with her and her family to mooch off of them.
What? Ho. Wait a minute. God damn it.
2 whole children from her. She instead takes him
Even if she didn't know, she still let him mooch off of her despite him being a millionaire.
in to live with her.
He's a millionaire?
Her and her family to mooch off of them.
Because he was homeless when I first met
Yeah.
him. So I moved him into my parents' house
Yeah.
so he could get an ID.
Too.
Yeah, and so my
Show
parents
proof of
put
him.
him on our lease.
Aww.
So that was how and they moved him in for he lived with us for a month.
Meanwhile, Pearl is out here humble bragging about her bagging a rich one on podcasts.
Oh, he was a millionaire. It was just
No. Sounds like he became a millionaire after the fact.
he didn't know what to do with it.
How did you nab a millionaire?
He was on social media and I saw he lived kind of close to me, and so I made videos saying oh, we should hang out. Have you never seen those videos of girls shooting their shots at guys?
No.
Publicly? I was on TikToks and I did a video saying, when he's not doing this comedic bit, he's actually kind of fine. I live in Chicago, you live in Chicago, we should hang out.
I am pretty confident that Pearl is referring to her ex Wanya in these.
Look at the picture. Oh my gosh, bro. Oh fuck. I can't. Where the fuck did she find these pictures?
Because Wanya is from Chicago, like the millionaire ex she talks about in the video. There are multiple articles saying that Wanya was homeless when he was around 22 years old. There's a small chance that I'm wrong, but it seems that the story does match up. I do find it funny that Pearl dating Wanya, or people know him as Angry Reactions, was framed as her bagging a rich one. Meanwhile, he actually moved on to date a more attractive redhead.
Hey. God damn. The receipts. Obviously, this man has the fetish for redheads, but this is about 12 steps up. I approve, good sir. I approve. God damn.
And she's still single and unmarried. It seems like her advice on lowering her standards to get married isn't working out so well for her. Pearl has the absolute audacity to tell women to pick better when she literally got catfished by some girl's obese baby daddy on TikTok. Yeah, he has a lot of followers, but he ended up having to mooch off of her anyway, so... Not only does she regularly dunk on obese people, even taunting them in her TikTok bio before she got banned, but Pearl will even put all the blame on women for obesity in America, despite half the obese population in America being men. How can Pearl dunk on fat girls so often, considering that she has clearly neglected her own self-care? This video of her is only from...
Ooh. Ooh. No.
That she has clearly neglected her own self-care. This video of her...
She built like SpongeBob.
her is only from 1 month ago, and it might surprise you to learn that she's a professional athlete. And despite her lack of self-care, she still likes to spout a lot of statistics about fat women, despite being corrected on this by Destiny on her live stream.
There's a lot of fat people.
Professional athlete? Professional athlete doing what? Okay, wait. Chat, do you know if... Okay, wait. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. If I had to guess... Okay, it's either between one of two sports. It's either soccer or volleyball, or swimming. But she doesn't have the, what are these, the trap. So I'm not gonna say swimming, and she's not in shape. I'm gonna say volleyball. I'm gonna say, chat, let me know. Am I right? Am I right? What sport does just pearly things play? Bingo! Volleyball. Just pearly things. She plays volleyball. What sport does just pearly things play? Volleyball. Yes. So it's for sure. I knew it. See, I knew it. I really couldn't think of any other
Fat people
sport.
stay with fat people.
Damn sure ain't track and field. I mean, she could be a thrower. You know, I don't know.
And if you go in the U.S., the woman's always fatter. BMI.
So in the U.S., the average BMI for a man is 26.6, and the average BMI for a woman is 26.5.
Oh, I stand corrected.
But even after he
Always
corrected her,
loud
she
and wrong.
continued to misrepresent the statistic.
How can we say that as a whole, in the US and the West, we're good wives, when 80% of us are overweight, and that's the number one thing that men value? There's a lot of room for improvement with Western women. 70% of us are overweight. The average man makes more than the average woman, but the average woman is fatter than the average man.
So in the U.S., the average BMI for a man is 26.6, and the average BMI for a woman is 26.5.
Oh, I stand corrected.
Pretty much
Hi
even.
everyone, this is me in the middle of editing. Pearl got banned off of TikTok, so I've had to go into the Internet Archive to pull up the timeline for you guys because I can't prove it on the live site. But you can see she's wearing the same top that she talks about the false obesity statistic. And you can see the date here is 3/14. Destiny corrected her much before that, so just wanted to show proof of that. When I was doing research,
Damn! The fucking receipts.
I also happened to have made a note about the timeline because I had a feeling that she was regurgitating the statistic even after she was corrected, and it turned out I was correct, so just wanted to post the proof in here. Pearl speaks on men valuing attractiveness, purity, and youth, and says in order to get a high-value husband, or husband at all, you should be those things.
Men value purity and youth.
Yeah.
Purity, youth, beauty.
Pearl fails to meet these standards herself.
I don't think 26 is old. I'm just going by Pearl standards. Yeah. It's not
Despite
old.
wanting to get married so badly.
God damn. I like this chick. She did her fucking research.
Apparently, if I want results in life, I have to start talking to boys. Yeah, wife me up if you're in the London area. You know?
Or just get yourself together. Like, bruh, like, do your hair. At least, I could give a fuck about anything else. Just at the very least, do your fucking hair. Your hair looks like, you look like a fucking greasy, you look like a greasy labradoodle. Why is your hair like that? Yes, cringe.
In terms of purity, Pearl's not a virgin. In fact, she's so reluctant to say her body count that she's willing to just lie.
How many people have you slept with? Do you have this out?
No.
You ask everybody that. And you don't say your own number?
What? No, I don't ask everyone. I don't think I've ever asked. No, I don't even ask body count. Would you say your body count?
I don't know.
I knew that was a lie.
No, I don't even ask.
I knew that was a lie.
I'll always say how many bodies is too many bodies. So I have a question. Would you guys say your body count? No. So if it doesn't matter, like, why don't people...
Cammy, ain't nothing wrong with redheads. There is nothing wrong with redheads at all. At all. Like, it's fine. But, bro, I don't blame you for saying that she wouldn't make the list. I really don't. But just, I honestly, like again, I'm trying to be very careful here because I'm not just trying to like blindly like roast her just because like everybody else is doing it and it's good for content. But seriously, she talks all this shit about whales and fat people and fat women and blah 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 when she doesn't even take care of herself. Her hair looks like she literally just got out of the shower every day, didn't comb it, didn't brush it, didn't do shit. Like it looked like she just poured olive oil in her hair and just let it sit for 6 weeks. It looks stringy, it looks wet, it looks nasty.
Just say it.
She chose to lie because she felt embarrassed.
Is Scarlett Johansson a
and
natural
despite
redhead?
Pearl preaching about the
No,
importance
right?
of women's chastity, Pearl actually wanted to partake in hookup culture.
But I swear to God, like, guys don't try to sleep with me.
Really?
like, I swear to God, I've been on a date and I would have been down, and you just never tried. And I was like, oh, okay.
I wonder why. She said, guys, just don't try to sleep with me. I wonder the fuck why. The crazy thing is she thinks so high of herself and is bold to call others fat, ugly, but she is not feminine at all. Facts, and is awkward and is not because of being an athlete. Literally has nothing to do with it. First of all, I didn't even believe that she was an athlete. I had to fucking Google it because she does not have the body of an athlete. She talks so much shit about other people, but she doesn't take care of herself. I agree, Scarlett Johansson is very attractive.
Yeah. He touched me once and I'm like, yeah. I don't really have guys approach me often.
It could be the clothes.
It seems like she barely knew him and wanted to hook up with him, but he didn't want to. So,
why.
according to Pearl, I guess we shouldn't be taking her advice considering...
Would you want to fucking hook up with a chick who is constantly spewing some bullshit facts and figures at you about how men are constantly disparaged 24/7? You look like a big fucking desperate ass pick-me who wants to get married. That's what you look like. You look desperate. No, I wouldn't want to fuck you either, okay? I would not want to smash. You doing too much.
that she can't attract men even for...
Oh, for what? Oh, for what? Dead fish. Dead fish, for sure. She'd just be laying. I am fucking sure.
Casual encounters.
I've noticed
Her
a lot
energy
of
screams dead
therapists
fish.
are like older single women, and I'm kind of like, if you can't maintain a relationship, why would I take advice from you?
You're not married, so why would I take marriage advice from you?
This is just something I've noticed. But I haven't spent a ton of time in therapy, but then I'm like, yeah, why would I take advice from you if you can't maintain a relationship?
And
Didn't she say earlier that she went to therapy though while she was in the car? She for sure
thinks
did.
what's holding her back is the fact that she's like 6 feet tall.
I would say if there's one thing that's held me back in dating, it is the height.
But I think it's because of her desperation, and they can sense it along with her low standards.
Literally, what did I just say? Her height has nothing to do with it. Do you know how many tall, just beautiful supermodels get men every fucking day? Every day, can have any man that they want. It's not because you're tall. Like she said, it's because of the desperation. They can fucking smell it on you. You're like a skunk. You are like a skunk. You can smell that shit from miles and miles away. It's literally come seeping through your pores. You're desperate as shit. You will grab anything that comes your way, which is why you were with someone who was obese that had 2 children that you didn't fucking know about because it's all that you could grab.
You know, if a guy has all the things that you look for, he might cheat.
Yeah.
So how can I be that mad if he cheats when it's like I picked him?
Would you accept if he's just stepping up but not getting anyone pregnant?
Hilarious.
Are we married?
No, you're in a relationship.
I think if I'm being truly honest with myself, for the right guy, I probably would.
How many times?
I don't know how many times.
She's basically announcing to the world, hey, I'm Pearl. I'll tolerate cheating. Please,
Yo, I need to talk to these people. They literally are
please
saying the
marry
same
me.
shit that I said.
So
Please
imagine
pick
the
me.
kind of
Cheat
men
on
she's
me,
attracting.
please.
And it seems like her dating life in general just has not gone well.
He was older than me.
Oh, okay.
So he had girlfriends before me. 2 weeks after we ended it, he starts dating a new girl. I think he's gonna marry that girl or did. I don't really know. Yeah, I was obsessed. I was so sad because I felt like I waited because I was a sophomore in college when I lost my virginity. So I was like halfway through college. It's late. Yeah.
You know, it's not about you. I'm going to drop something. It's the timing.
Well, no. It was because he literally like went on to marry the next girl. So it was something. But it's funny because the girl was older than me. So by the manosphere's perspective, like I would have won.
Pearl even acknowledges that things don't work out as they do on paper, but she continues to influence people to do immoral, pathological behaviors in order to demonize women for clicks and views. In Pearl's world, if the wife puts the husband in question in a bad position and takes his kid away, then it's her fault.
It only takes one time to ruin a guy's life where she can literally take half and take the kids. Like, how is he supposed to protect the children when legally she can take them and she's paid to take them away from him?
But that same empathy is nowhere to be found if the wife is put in a bad position by the husband.
Okay, so then you pick guys that cheat.
But it says something about your decision making if you become a single mother.
If the woman leaves, it's because she's just trying to take the man's money because she's an unreasonable, home-wrecking gold digger.
She can take them and she's paid to take them away from him.
But if a woman decides to make her own money, well, now she's emasculating her husband and causing the divorce.
Or one of the number one reasons for divorce is financial, and also when women out-earn men.
The irony of Pearl dehumanizing women on her channel is that her entire channel's premise is to focus on the injustices against men and how women aren't empathetic enough to them. And Pearl doesn't like when this happens to her. For example, Pearl went on a podcast and told her story about how her male role model in her life, her coach who worked one-on-one with her since she was 14, turned out to be a groomer.
Because I remember saying, like, you can tell me stuff you don't tell your parents. I remember looking at him like a dad, like, for a while, because I saw him so much. He told me before I went to college, like, that I was going to get a bunch of attention from boys because of my butt.
And as soon as she turned 18, he tried to sleep with her and shove alcohol down her throat.
Damn.
Which, by the way, for those of you that don't know, the legal...
What's up, Daddy? Daddy Eisen. Hilarious. I love Bleach. Pearl has zero sex appeal. I can't agree more. But this story is actually fucked up.
Drinking age in America is 21.
And he's like, oh, come take a shot at the gym with me. So I think I was 18 or 19 when this happened. And at first I was like, oh, no, I'm not trying to drink tonight because it was like my finals week. That was why I was home. But he kept like going at it. So then he goes, you know, like, Hannah, because my first name's Hannah, the gym's empty right now. We could do anything you want. I'm like, what do you mean, Marcus? He texted me. So he said, come back to the gym tonight. And I said, for what? And then he said, like, nothing, just sex. The issue I had was he was waiting till girls turned 18 to try to hook up with him. A couple years later, I find out he is going to be a coach at my high school on the track team, and my sister's going to run track. I was like, oh, hell no. But I didn't get him fired till years later because my mom told me not to.
And then in the interview, she goes on to talk about how the manosphere blamed her for this, even though her coach was double her age.
Like, I can tell they're from the manosphere comment because I've told this story on like a TikTok before, and it's weird. They blame you. Like, they put the 17, 18-year-old.
I can.
Like, why did you put yourself in that situation? Or you liked the attention, da-da-da-da-da.
Pearl has first-hand experience in the consequences of demonizing the other gender. And considering she went through something so terrible, you would think she would be empathetic. But instead, she's so profit-driven that if somebody else told her this same story, she would side with the predator. She seems to give
this girl is eating her alive. What? I am just impressed by all. Do you know how much footage, like how many receipts that this woman had to pull up? Jesus Christ.
And no defense of women, no matter what the situation is, even if what happened when they were children.
What's going on, Taylor?
I'm pretty sure social media is like some of the most damaging stuff for young girls in middle school and high school because of how much like information they're bombarded with in terms of beauty standards and how they look. But you guys are like, well, but Instagram helps them get flown out to Dubai, so I think like
it does.
You know, it's like totally disconnected from like the real world.
I mean, it also lets you catfish the hell out of men, like with these.
But that's literally what happened to you.
Freaking Instagram filters.
It's based on the media that they consume and the images around them. Like, that's just absolutely true.
Freaking who?
Like, what happened to the accountability? She's holding the kids more accountable than she's holding the men for not checking if it's a real person or not. Maybe it's because she's biased and she got catfished. I don't know. So yeah, clearly Pearl has no issues holding even little girls accountable over men. And when it
Damn.
comes to women, Pearl will say things like, you shouldn't talk about the exceptions, only talk about the rule.
You know, some people might get married and the husband dies and they become single mother. You know, there's
Right, but we're not talking about exceptions, we're talking about the rule. Are the majority of single mothers widows? No.
But that changes at Pearl's convenience. You can't talk about nuances unless it demonizes women.
You've never heard of cases where women don't let the dad see the kid?
Earlier, you said we weren't going to talk about exceptions. You want to talk about the rules. So don't give me the hide and go seek with the kid. How often do you think a mom is hiding the kid from the husband? Give me a percentage.
I don't know.
Before on her channel, she actually used to be more nuanced and actually criticized the manosphere for not acknowledging exceptions.
You know, I know that.
Okay, hold on, my bad. Let me read some of these comments. God damn. Hearing stories like this makes me glad I didn't go to bars or hang out places because crazy things. Yeah, and I did. And crazy things most definitely went down. Thank goodness Nico is seeing the light. Look, Taylor, I'm not holding my breath. All right, he'll be back. He'll be back to his usual self. I pray that I'm wrong. I'm a fan of Destiny because he's fair. I think Destiny is fair for the most part. I think it's rare where I like disagree with him, but some things like he does miss the mark, but it's really rare. Jesus Christ. Let me see. Watts, I think I'm in love with the chick roasting Pearl. I don't wear makeup, but I wish I knew how to use it. I would not talk down a woman because she uses makeup, because I still think that women are still beautiful. Pearl is a definition of a pick-me. Look, so there is absolutely nothing wrong with not wearing makeup. My wife doesn't wear makeup. I'm totally like, that's fine. If you don't want to wear makeup, you don't want to wear makeup. But my wife dresses nice. She also does her hair. Like she takes care of herself. Wearing makeup is one thing, but just not taking care of yourself and making sure that you are presentable, that's another thing. And you wonder why you're fucking single, Pearl. Like you know what I mean? Good Lord.
One girl that makes more money than her husband, or whatever the exception is to the rule. And we see it, I think, more often than the manosphere really gives credit to. I think in general, men don't want to date single mothers. But I know a lot of single mothers that got remarried.
She was even willing to have her virgin friends come on the show to explain their perspective and why they wouldn't sleep with someone with a high body count like the host of Fresh and Fit.
Thank you, Taylor. I appreciate that. If you're curious, you can go on my Instagram to see our wedding pictures are up.
I'm probably going to have
at WattsTV 94.
A couple friends that waited till they were married to have on my podcast to actually talk about what they look for in guys.
Then only a month later, she starts regurgitating manosphere talking points.
If you get married and it doesn't work out, like women can and will take all of your money.
Pearl doesn't like when you go.
Do you know why? Because she saw that there was money in it. That's why. It's simple. That's exactly why.
But men in response to her.
And whenever we talk about where the women need to improve, we always need to point the finger at the men.
But the reason people go, but what about men, is because she doesn't seem to address the other half of the equation. Women haven't single-handedly made men cheat, cause obesity, or cause divorce, but Pearl will take it and spin it in a way to where women are the blame and men don't take any accountability for it. For example, 80% of women initiate divorce is something she will say in order to blame women. Mm-hmm. But women initiating divorce doesn't necessarily mean that they were in the wrong.
Wait, for Watts, has Pearl even been on Fresh and Fit before?
If it were the other way around, I just know that Pearl would spin it as men are leaving modern women because they're low value. I mean, she already does this with Passport Bros.
Are Western women typically known as good wives? Are they sought after all over the world?
Bro, I can't. Her hair, she literally looks like a Shetland pony, bro. Like, I can't do something. Why are you doing this?
Or are men getting their passports and going elsewhere?
It's not 100% of the woman's fault, and if you don't address even the 10% of the time where it's the man's fault, then you're not really solving anything. She's radicalizing people because she's making them mad about problems while giving them no solutions, and it's not really helping anyone. And as she makes things worse, she just gets to sit there and collect money off of people's negative emotions. Pearl asserts that her focus on addressing women exclusively is due to the fact that they're never held accountable. Because she's holding women solely responsible for every issue, she's just perpetuating the issue that she claims to be trying to solve.
She's been on
If
once.
she had a more balanced consideration of everyone, then perhaps she would actually get something solved. And she does this a lot by misrepresenting statistics in order to poorly portray women. For example, Pearl talks about how 20% of men aren't even the father of their children.
And they say that 20% of men are raising a kid that's not theirs. That's why they don't want a promiscuous woman. They're afraid they're going to pass the resources onto the wrong, onto a kid that's not theirs.
Well, unknowing or knowing?
Not knowing.
So how do they get the statistic? I don't know. It's
DNA test.
Much like the feminist that Pearl criticizes, I've never seen her cite where she gets her data from, and that's the same thing as lying in the science world because she's making it
As a woman at 27, men will still want to date and marry you. Yes, I agree. It happens. It's not a rarity. I don't know why she speaks like I want to let me not give her the benefit of the doubt, but I want to say when I think she's specifically talking about like quote high value men, but I don't think that's the case because she constantly is speaking in like generalities. So I don't know. I'm not going to give her an out. You're absolutely right.
Possible to even fact check her. I have to just guess what study she's talking about, and I think she's basing it on this 1999 report.
1999? It is fucking 2023. 1999, fuck.
It's by the American Association of Blood Banks, and it's over 2 decades old, which is way too old for a study like this to be relevant. And the 20% claim that Pearl made doesn't actually represent the population. It's actually much lower. They were testing men that were already not sure if they were the dad, meaning that the study was biased. In order for it to not be biased, it would have to be randomized or tested at birth.
Damn.
The vast differences in non-paternity rates across different populations is also not taken into account. This is relevant information, especially considering that Pearl's podcast is based in London, even though she's from America. So how are we supposed to know where she's even talking?
But you know why she does this though, right? You know why she does this? Because she knows her fan base is so stupid they are not going to fact check. Like she knows they're not going to fact check.
About depending on what.
So she just literally Googles like some sort of study. That's how she researches, and she sees the first thing that pops up on Google and she memorizes it, and then she spews it out of her mouth, and no one like pushes back on it besides Destiny. He's the only person I ever heard push back on whatever study that Pearl brings up.
You're looking at, the percentages are all different and significantly lower than what Pearl was saying. Another example of Pearl misrepresenting data in order to demonize women is her saying that women primarily divorce men for money.
I want to get married. Of course I want to get married. But like if I was a guy, I would have a really hard time with it. And you could say it's the type of woman, but 50% of marriages end in divorce. Women leave the majority of the time. I don't think it's the type of woman. I think it's that they're paying women to leave.
Or one of the number one reasons for divorce is financial.
Pearl is a passport, bro. That is hilarious.
Also, when women out-earn men.
But the top reason for divorce on every site that I've checked didn't have that as even the top 4. And while I was researching this, I actually found data citing that women who divorced in the previous 12 months were more likely than recently divorced men to be in poverty. 20% compared to 11% respectively. If I were doing what Pearl does, I could easily utilize that data to say that 80% of women are leaving men because men can't satisfy women. But hey, at least I'm telling you where I got the data from, unlike her. I would have thought someone as rich as her would have the resources to be able to check the statistics she's saying, especially considering she's on her dad's dime.
Number one, I'm sorry I'm not a brokey, My dad yells at me for accounting every month, and I have to like organize like business expenses versus personal. So my dad does yell at me when I pull out cash because you can't see what you spend it on.
Pearl reminds me of Pearl from SpongeBob, asking her dad, Mr. Krabs, for money.
How much is all this costing me?
Here's the receipt.
I oughta...
Oh, Daddy, you got me everything I wanted.
She also reminds me of Mr. Krabs' daughter because he wants her to be a star.
Because she's a whale?
He's paying her way to do so.
Being a little YouTuber is tough. I'm really tired of being broke, Dad. I can't mooch off of you forever.
My little girl is finally a star.
Give me a K-R-U!
I'm sure that Pearl understands the real-world struggles of the average person from her 10-bedroom mansion.
You guys you want the house tour?
Yo, I'm low-key crying because this woman, yo, she dead-ass low-key indirectly called Pearl a fucking whale. But the goddamn similarities are just so, they're uncanny. That is so funny. So big ass.
But clearly there is one thing that money cannot buy.
A man?
And that thing is taste. This video is from Pearl's channel called Wife School. In the first episode, she and
Pearl has a channel called Wife School? Ain't no way. She's not a fucking wife. Or is she learning how to be a wife? She for sure has a wife school with Pearl. It has 16.9k subscribers. She sure does. What the hell? Pearl learns how to make a 9 out of 10 steak. Pearl makes what every man wants. Wow.
Allie, known as Real Femme Sapien on YouTube, meet up to improve on Pearl's fashion, along with a male stylist who is supposed to be helping Pearl attract a husband by improving her outfits.
Oh, yo, not snitching. She's not even gonna address this shit. Like, after she made those comments on Abba Preach, and that's literally it. And they fucking roasted her. Oh my gosh, that's it. There's no point in her bringing it up. Like, there are some people that are gonna blindly defend her, like that guy who called me a coon. I don't know if you guys saw that I posted that long ass email that racist guy sent me. What the fuck was his name? I don't know. I don't fucking care. But yeah, he's one of the people that like blindly defends her. She has those fans. She for sure has those fans.
So let's take a look at some of the outfits he puts her in.
Perfect for a night out on the town.
I'll do the full twirl. It's like
Okay. Now, I'm not like an aficionado when it comes to women clothing, right? I promise you I'm not. But that dress is absolute dog shit. Like what the fuck? This is not flattering on her at all. What the fuck does she have on?
Outfits. So let's take a look at some of the outfits he puts her in.
Perfect for a night out on the town.
I'll do the full twirl. It's like
This dress looks like a trash bag.
Oh fuck. Oh fuck. She said this. She said this outfit looks like a trash bag. Oh fuck. Bro, stop it. Stop it. Oh, you guys think I'm bad. You think I'm bad. Oh fuck, that is so terrible. I'm not gonna lie though, she right. It looked like she wearing a Glad bag. Bro, this is not flattering on her at all. First of all, whew, this... I gotta say it, this pudge, yo, this just ain't it. This does not look good.
unflattering on her because it's showcasing her stomach, which is not what she should be highlighting. Not only that, but the
I know a little
black is
something,
washing
guys. I
her
know a
out,
little
making
something.
her look very drained, especially considering the fact that she normally doesn't wear makeup. Going without makeup is a personal choice and it's fine, but if you're gonna do that, you need to know your color palette or you will look even more tired and sickly when you wear the wrong colors. I'm going to go ahead and explain a little bit of color theory to you guys. Color season is a system that utilizes color theory to categorize where each...
Look, Taylor, I'm not even making fun of her because she has the pudge. It's just the fact that...
Here's what I found.
Not you, Siri. I just find it so funny because she is constantly calling other people whales. Like, she is constantly making fun of fat people. Like, I don't care that she has a pudge, okay? I could fucking care less. It's not even that. It's mainly the fact that she's such a hypocrite. And also the dress is just dog shit. Like, it was a bad dress. It looks bad. It looks so bad. Oh my gosh. Oh wait, apples and oranges help with bloating? I didn't even know that.
person falls under in order to easily find out what colors look good on them. It's based on how their skin's undertones interact with...
Wow, I mean, there's no reason for me to know this, but spring, summer, autumn, winter... Oh... I always heard that shit in like TV shows, but I never really like you're more of an autumn than you are a summer. Like I've always heard shit like that, but I didn't know there was like an actual spectrum. Huh. Interesting.
Their colors, and that involves how light or dark their skin is relative to the hair and eye color. If you have warm undertones in your skin, you'll look more yellow with green veins in your wrists. And if you're cool tone, you'll look more pinkish or reddish with blue veins on your wrists. If you have a warm undertone, you should wear warm colors. If you have cool undertones, cool tone colors will suit you best. You have to have a trained eye to be able to see it in some cases, but Pearl is cool toned, as you can see with her pink flush in her skin. Pearl is either a light summer because of her cool tone coloration, or she would be a light spring because it's right next to light summer in the color wheel. It's a little hard to tell on the internet, but I know for sure she's on that side of the color wheel. If you look at someone and the first thing you see is their outfit's color instead of their own natural coloration and features,
you fucked up.
Then you're wearing the wrong colors.
Wow.
The stylist doesn't apply this knowledge or even utilize basic color theory, and instead, he takes her to a cheap, fast fashion store like Zara. If he were actually good at his job, he would not be making these mistakes. If money were an issue, which clearly...
she is eating him alive. I'm black, so everything looks great on me. I know that's right, girl. Jesus Christ.
For Pearl, it's
I have a headache.
There are better budget-friendly places you could go to for higher quality clothes. For example, go thrifting. But yeah, clearly Pearl doesn't need to go thrifting. He could have just taken her to a higher end mall or a department store. Honestly, he just does her dirty the entire time.
That's super cool. That looks really nice.
Where would I go with this outfit?
I think that could be an afternoon. I think that could be an evening outfit. I think.
Why the fuck is he lying to her? She looks like a hot ass mess. Why is he lying to her? I'm fucking speechless. ABBA apparently said on his video that he has met and knows the designer in real life and that he actually is legit. If that is true, that will mean that he did real dirty on purpose. Are you dead ass? Yo, that makes that shit 20. That makes that shit 20 times more funny because I wholeheartedly believe that. Because ain't no way. I'm sorry. This outfit is also dog shit. Yes, this shit is terrible.
You could go out in Shoreditch wearing that. You could go to Canary Wharf to one of the bars down there. Meet some nice high value guy.
This man is just lying.
Looks at her with a straight face, telling her she's going to meet a high value guy in this outfit. Oh, it'll look nice going out for errands and having a nice dinner. He's just talking out of his ass.
So what do we rate this, 1 to 10?
I reckon it's a high 8.
Like, I don't know how a stylist can honestly rate these outfits so high.
Alright, that's now it's
Good.
now it's
Spin not too fast. Okay.
Oh shit.
He must think that she's a dumpster because he keeps
Yo, hold on.
Good.
Now it's
Spin not too fast. Okay.
He must think that she's a dumpster because he keeps putting her in trash bags. Because he's done it now like 3 or 4 times in this video. And he's not highlighting any of the flattering parts of her body.
What the fuck is that? What the fuck? Are you about to pick flowers with Mormons? Like, what do you have on? What is that?
Which defeats the entire purpose of having a stylist help you. There are several different body shapes, but for Pearl, she holds most of her weight proportionately in her arms and in her stomach. And that should have been taken into consideration when he was dressing her. Regardless if she loses weight, her proportions will stay the same relative to her other body parts. You can bring balance back to the body by drawing the attention to the most attractive body parts and away from the least attractive ones using color, patterns, texture. But of course, he would know that if he actually knew what the hell he was doing as a stylist. It is honestly just so frustrating watching him not look smacks her. In this outfit, the skirt does not work. Pearl could have put on some jeans with a wider cut at the bottom.
Like she looks like mad
her
boxy.
upper, heavier
That's why I
half,
said she looked like
or
SpongeBob.
she could have put on a skirt that was A-line, high-waisted, and above the knee, but in middle of the thigh, not too short. Would have done the trick to bring attention to her legs and away from her stomach.
I'm fully in the back.
What the fuck is that? What the fuck does she have on? Oh my gosh, bro, I can't even make jokes now at this point because this is just so funny. What is this?
That is, though, size aside, that's pretty cool, but that is proper like New Year's Eve party type.
Yes. Should I wear it for New Year's Eve? Get it fitted? Or let me
Yeah.
You see how he...
Should I wear this for New Year's Eve? Yeah, they can hang you from the ceiling and you you could be the disco ball because what the fuck is this? Oh my god.
Literally highlights her stomach with bright green sparkles. I can't take this anymore. And then he has the audacity. He must got it from Pearl. The audacity to suggest for her to tailor a Zara dress that won't survive one wash. Literally go watch a fashion channel. Go watch Ali Art on YouTube and then come back to us when you actually know how to do your job. And it's not just her frumpy style that's preventing her from looks maxing. It's also her presentation with her hair. She's not bothering to style it, and many people are even commenting about it under her TikTok, telling her to brush her hair. Pearl's hair just needs a haircut with some texturing to give it volume so that it's not so stuck and flat to her head. Her hair is very
What
manageable.
have I been
How is
saying
she
this
going to
entire
teach
video?
other women how to attract a husband when she doesn't even put the minimal effort in her own appearance?
No, I've noticed a lot of therapists are like older single women, and I'm kind of like, if you can't maintain a relationship, why would I take advice from you?
So if she wants to be taken seriously, she should care about her overall presentation, including her fashion, hairstyle, her attitude, and bodily self-care. This situation is so deeply embarrassing and desperate. She has no business telling other women how to attract a husband. I wanted to give Pearl credit for trying to improve on her fashion, but she makes it really hard to do so when even months after this video, she continues to show up on camera with her hair
looking fucked up. Her hair looks like wire. Like, it just looks nasty, stringy. It looks okay. So guys, and do not take offense. Do you know that stereotype of like, do you know the stereotype of white people that say their hair, like when they get wet, they smell like wet dog? Pearl looks like she smells like a wet dog because her hair is constantly looking oily, wet, and disgusting. Fucking I don't know how many times I said it in this video. I don't know how many times. Do something with your fucking hair. Do something. Like, fuck. Why are you even comfortable? Guys, I don't know if you notice, but sometimes I'm like, even with me, I'm a guy, but I just don't wear anything on camera, yo. Like, anything? No. Like, I am very conscious about, like, the t-shirt that I put on, the fucking hat that I wear. Like, if I want to show my hair's not cut right now, so I don't want to show my hair. Like, if there isn't a t-shirt that I want to put on, like, I'll put on a nice hoodie or something and just turn the fucking fan on just in case I get hot. Like, I am so conscientious of what I wear on camera because I want to look presentable. Like, I just don't understand.
done, unbrushed, stuck to her head, no volume, and having naughty stains on her clothing. So I'll just have to hair undone, unbrushed, stuck to her head, no volume, and having naughty
Why was she why she got nasty? These look like y'all know what this looks like. I'm not even gonna say it. I remember my family said I smell like a wet dog when I used to play outside for a long time late at night. Yo, my mom would be like, "You smell like outside. Go take a shower." What the fuck? Ew. Why would she put this on? These are cum stains.
stains on her clothing. So I'll just have to instead give Pearl credit for trying to learn how to cook on her wife's school channel because it appears she does not know how to. She hasn't been able to attract the men she wants to hook up with her. She hasn't been able to attract a boyfriend, and she doesn't even live by her own standards about presentation. You know who else doesn't adhere to their own standards and the gender they're attracted to isn't attracted to them? Male feminists. Pearl reminds me a lot of a male feminist. She uses a lot of their tactics, such as misrepresenting statistics.
But unfortunately, we still live in a broken system that says that my work as a white male is worth 46 cents more to the dollar than an equally qualified Hispanic woman.
Pearl is willing to accept degrading behavior like being cheated on because she is desperate to attract men.
Yeah, that male feminist thing. I've known a few that were real creeps. They put these women on a platform and worship these women, and they don't run fast. They can't pick things up. They're not attractive. So they're little weasels. They're trying to find another way in.
Pearl doesn't know how to attract men with her social skills, her appearance, or with skills like cooking.
What percent of women have cookbooks?
It's probably because we have the internet for recipes.
Yes.
Now, Pearl. But yeah, basically,
Stupid.
I think that Pearl has had to resort to these desperate behaviors because she does not embody what men are attracted to. So she has to do things like agree to men cheating on her and degrading herself in order to get a man. It's very desperate.
I am not like those other guys.
And back to her business really quick in regard to her tactics. Her tactics remind me a lot of legacy media in how she fearmongers people in order to make money. I have watched a lot of Pearl's content and I've never seen her give a point to the other side. There is a huge lack of nuance when it comes to her channel. In fact, anytime someone on Pearl's show wants to give nuance, she will not let them do so unless it benefits men.
If we spent this podcast talking about the exceptions, we'd be here all day.
We didn't even get nowhere.
Yeah, there would be no point in having a conversation.
But I still need to mention them.
Why?
There's no
we don't. It's my show.
And she will go as
wow. But there's nuance to almost every situation. Like every life is not so fucking black and white. Any person with common sense knows that. There's nuance to literally everything. Like I think she earlier she gave the example of basically how how single mothers are unattractive, and then we're like, but what about the women that are widows that lose their husband and now they have kids and now she's out there dating. Like, oh no. That we're not talking about the small percentage. What is the percentage of women with like dead husbands or whatever? Like, there's always nuance to each situation. Everything is not so black and white, you know? But she doesn't allow nuance on her show because she is appealing to one single side of the internet, which is the red pill community.
As far as to bait her guest into giving more polarizing, extreme answers.
Whose beauty standards are higher, men or women?
I think it depends. Okay, wait, I want to make a rule. No, it depends. Pick one and tell me why.
Pearl has gained the entirety of her 1 million subscribers from her fear-mongering, lies, and black and white thinking over just this past year. Pearl teaches men to act like hyper-selfish sociopaths, luring them down the dark path of loneliness, unhealthy relationships, and broken homes. Men taking her advice will result in the same situations that she criticizes women for. Pearl also doesn't teach women to have healthy boundaries, also leading them to the same fate. Taking Pearl's advice will reward you in a worldview as warped as hers, with black and white thinking in our grayscale reality.
Like, you're going to be okaying what he does, he's going to be okaying what you do. That has nothing to do with masculinity or femininity or anything like that. That's just like two adults having a relationship, figuring out what the boundaries are. You guys talk about things that are basic relationship norms, but you like frame them in the most toxic way possible. I don't understand.
If you do take one piece of advice away from Pearl, let it be this.
No, I've noticed a lot of therapists are like older single women, and I'm kind of like, if you can't maintain a relationship, why would I take advice from you?
This video took so long to make. I have never researched so much for a video before. So if you do like the content and appreciate me researching her, watching her content for 2 weeks, consider supporting me on Locals or on Patreon because I am community.
Wow. Ayo. Can we give it up for Brittany, man? I can see why this video took so long for her to make. My bad. I can't help you, Brittany, but I can subscribe. Yo, shout out to Brittany. Seriously, one more time for Brittany. Like,
perfect.
That was dope. The amount of fucking, oh my gosh. The amount of research that had to go into that. That was so funny, man. Between her, like that and Rolo, tonight has been very interesting. All right. Ooh, I thought Pearl was on the manosphere side. I didn't think she was red pill. But then again, both are kind of conjured together. Yeah, they are. They're pretty synonymous. Seem to be the same. Can we go live with you, Watts? Or like at a double screen? You know what? Sure. That's actually a really good idea. Yes. Yeah, I don't mind going live with some of my subscribers. I think that's a dope idea. I just obviously like need to come up with a topic or something. Matter of fact, join the Discord and we can obviously talk about, like, I talk to some of my subscribers in there almost every day or just when we aren't busy. But yeah, like Michael's in there, homegirl Juju's in there. But yeah, join the Discord and we could for sure talk about it. But yeah, I've been streaming not tonight. I've been streaming for 3 hours. I'm tired and I feel like I'm losing my voice. I'll put my Discord in the chat. Yo, what's good, Leo? Leo's in there too, I believe. But yeah, if some of you want to go live with me for sure, that ain't no problem. It's actually a really good idea. Man, when I tell you my throat is so... I am not kidding. Oh, that was so funny. You guys were not lying when you said that shit was going to be funny. Oh, fuck. I appreciate you guys. All right, before I go, I'm going to try to put this goddamn Discord in the chat. Leo or Darktron, if you guys could put it in the chat, I'd appreciate it. I don't know why my Discord isn't loading for some reason. It's updating. That's why. Hurry the fuck up. Oh, and by the way, if there are any mothers in here, happy Mother's Day. I mean, I know we still have like 30 minutes left or so until then, but still, you know, happy Mother's Day. I hope you guys enjoy your day and all that jazz. Let me see here. Oh, you know what? Actually, I'm stupid. I should have a link to it in my videos since Discord is taking so fucking long. Yeah, it literally still says starting. You know what? I said I was gonna like actually like lay down after this. I'm lying. I'm gonna play Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. Did anybody pick up Zelda Tears of the Kingdom for the Switch? Got it. All right, here we go. Oh man, it is dope so far. Like I'm hooked. I am fucking hooked. There we go. So Taylor, yes, the Discord is in the chat. Please join the Discord, seriously. And we can most definitely talk about it. I think that's a great idea. I'm also going to probably put like maybe a like, what do you call this? Like a poll on my community post too, just to see if anybody else wants to do it, because I think that's a great way to interact with you guys, and also we can, you know, share thoughts, talk about particular topics, etc., etc. I think that'd be dope. Cammy says, not yet. I'm trying to save up for a PS5. Hey, I hear you, and I don't blame you. I have a PS5 too. Let me see. What else is coming out for the PS5? Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy is coming out for the PS5 in like, actually, is it next month? I think fucking next month. I can't wait for that shit. Yep. Fawaz says you're going to order it tonight. Fawaz, please do. If you liked Breath of the Wild, this shit is like 10 times better than Breath of the Wild. If you like Breath of the Wild, you're going to love this. Seriously. But I appreciate you guys. Again, please join the Discord. Leave a comment. Tell your people to subscribe. All that. Happy Mother's Day. Everybody stay safe. Yeah, I appreciate everybody. And I'll talk to you guys later. I'll see you in the next video. Next video may be posted either tomorrow or Monday. Just depends. But yeah.